Welcome back to another episode of Open Mic with Boog Brand, where you can say whatever the fuck you want and we don't care. Alright. I think we're a little bit live today. How about that? We actually figured this thing out. You guys get to see some weird shit up on the stream, because I don't fucking turn everything off I should, but you know what? That's how it goes. Welcome everybody to another episode of Open Mic with Boog Brand, where tonight we are going to talk with the one, the only Semper, also known on Instagram as Semper338LM. I have no idea what the LM stands for. So creative there. It's all right. Lapua Magnum, we all know. It's all right. Just I'll put it out there. I know what the fuck it means. All right. So, to anybody who doesn't know who you are, you can give yourself a little bit of an introduction here. It's going to be a little bit of a different show tonight. I think I'm guessing for those of you who think you know, you're going to learn who Semper really is.
Hi, Semper. Actual first name's Damien, and I'm an asshole. So, I mean, that's about all I got to say about myself. It's just I'm a dick, and people think it's funny.
Yeah. Tufu wants to know what department in the U.S. government handles agriculture.
God damn it, dude.
You thought you were going to escape that, huh?
I got a call at work the other day from a woman needing assistance with her computer. And she goes, "Yeah, I used to work for the Department of Agriculture," and I just cringed internally.
Yeah. So I will do a quick roll call in the chat here just to see who was hanging out. Operator Tony was first. I think it was at like fucking 2:00 as usual. I did see Mario Mechanic Molina jumped in at like 5:30. Yeah, I check in every once in a while just to try and catch who comments, because YouTube doesn't like that, so it literally just fucking cuts them off. They don't get to sit around in the chat. But then first in the chat, once we went live tonight or started to go live, we had Charles Sexton in here, then Falling Across the Stars. Welcome. Haven't seen you guys in here for a little while. Well, Charles, I guess it was 2 weeks ago. Falling Across the Stars coming over from XMC Fam. Dr. Catmilk in here. Semper, of course, in the chat himself. Then we've got Duplessis. I probably murdered that name just because that's what it is. British Prime Minister John is in the house. Tufu, obviously, we talked about. You've already said hi, and asking some questions for Semper already. So we will throw some of them up there for you, Semper, just because, we know Tufu likes to ask questions and he's here to troll. He promised us of that. The bastard will not commit to coming on another episode, but he committed to being here to troll. So, at Semper, just FYI, Sonny Perdue is the Secretary of Agriculture.
I know that now. Trust me. I've gone through and learned like most the leading members of each state's like chapter Department of Agriculture head.
Noob Crastinator's also in the house. Welcome, bud. Yeah, so like this, I'm gonna fumble through this for a second. You guys have probably heard me say this over and over again on my show. I don't care how big you are, how small you are. If you want to come on and you have a voice and you want to say something, come on. Let me know. And I'll get you on. Especially if you're a part of any of the communities that I'm involved with. I do want to start at the actual suggestion of Tufu himself, do a little bit of a community night, sort of ish, if that makes any sense. Anybody who's from the community that would like to come on has something to say. I want to reserve 1 week out of the month possibly for you guys to come on and do that. If I can get somebody to do it consistently, we will do it each and every month. Have somebody from the community actually come on, sit down and talk with us. Because I really want everybody to understand that I don't care about people being famous. I just want you guys in here. So that's that. Operator Tony says, "Let's start this shit show already. You're late."
How are we late if he's just now showing up in the chat?
Are we not showing up here? Yeah, we're live, fucker. You've been live for a while. Actually, I believe we were early. Black Diamond Guns of Gear in the chat. Welcome back. If y'all don't know, they were like guest number 2, I think. They came literally right after Tufu. So it was a hell of a show.
They know their shit.
What was that?
I said, and they know their shit.
Right, yeah, they're definitely a great guest, and it was fun to have on. Unfortunately, they came on at the infancy of this, so they got into the shit show, literally. We're doing this a little better, I think. So, yeah. Operator Tony, yeah, I don't know, man. You messing me up, bud. You did that right. Oh. Charles Sexton says he can only chat. I don't have the equipment to go live. I do everything from my phone, and I'm always at work this time of night. Well, we've had somebody on literally in the parking lot of their work before from their phone. So I'm fine with that. If that's something you can do, you can go live from your phone, believe it or not. Most people have smartphones. It's possible. And the quality is actually better than a lot of people's computer get up. So
coming to find out, he's on a 2004 Motorola Razr.
I'd do it just for the fucking lols, man.
He's sitting there trying to type this, hitting that freaking 3 key 4 times so he can type the letter D.
That's all right. So, yeah, we kind of know about what this show is about, and kind of we get into whatever. So I kind of open the floor up to you, and say, if you want to give yourself, a little bit of an introduction as far as more than just I'm an asshole, kind of like your past, what you do, anything you want to get into. Otherwise, we can just get into some topics.
I can do a quick little actual, like, my history. I am a 5-year United States Marine Corps veteran. I have attempted, after I've gotten out, to do a lot for, as much as I can, for the veteran community in terms of the suicide rate, which is astronomical, 21 a day. And I try to do everything I can by that community. If I can't do it monetarily, then I try to just talk to people, which is, if I could bring up anything, I would say, if you guys know veterans or you're a veteran yourself and you have buddies that you served with, reach out to them every once in a while, make sure they're doing all right. Nobody likes to talk about their fifis, but sometimes it's necessary.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of those things that a lot of people don't like to talk about, but that there's just so much out there that's available for help, and things that you can support. So, if you're into that sort of thing, we've got a lot of local places that we do charities with. I don't I don't want to shout anybody out specifically because everybody has their own locals. So it is just one of those things. Like look at what's available too. If you want to talk to somebody about that stuff, whether you have those feelings, there's people around. So
Yeah, there's always a military one source, which is a great. It's a national phone line that can be called. So
yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I'm a guy. I like guns. I really like guns. And as I say that, chat's about to appear. Duplessis is going to be like, "What? Damien likes guns." I know it. I know it's coming.
So
He gets me with it every day.
I'm guessing you know who that person is, and it's going to be a sarcastic one. That's all right. So, not to take away from the loving guns portion, we do a lot of gun stuff around here, and everybody knows we like guns. I think we had Sean from We Like Shooting last week. So, I kind of want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on today. Yeah, there she goes with Damien. Damien likes guns. What guns? Exactly. What guns? I don't have any registered to me. So, well, actually, I have 2 pistols registered to me. That's about it. So I don't have any scary rifles or anything. Nobody needs to come to my house.
I mean,
yeah,
you do you have a dog?
I do have a dog.
Oh, then you're screwed. They're gonna raid you.
Oh no, we're good. It's fine. He's an asshole, just like me. So most of the time, he probably wouldn't even go to the front fucking door. He's not even that smart. He's too smart, but he's not smart enough to do that guard door work. Like he'll go run and hide in a corner. So probably just like me. He likes his guns better than his wife. Too far. Are you trying to get him in trouble?
Luckily, my wife's not watching this, so I'm safe.
There you go. Hopefully, she doesn't watch the restream then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll disable the chat for the replay just so that's not there.
So no, me and my wife are actually currently arguing because I want to go pick up a new handgun and she doesn't want me to. So.
Well, did you get your stimulus check?
Yeah, and I used it to buy my mother-in-law, her mom, a new computer, and I'm not allowed to buy myself a gun.
Oh, well, that was actually nice of you, but I mean,
Yeah,
it
I mean,
did
her
kind of go
computer
against.
died, and I just did what I could.
It
I mean,
did
was
kind of
just
go
some
against your
bullshit.
civic duty, though.
Yeah.
Civil disobedience is a great thing, and the last thing they want you to spend that money on, at least the incoming people, is, firearms. So,
Tony, I think you're a little delayed.
what's he saying?
Yeah. He just said also known as Crayon Eater. I think you're a little behind, bro.
Yeah, Tony, I think you might want to refresh the stream. I think Crayon Eater was about a 5-minute ago conversation. Oh, yeah. See, I told you, man, he's messing me up tonight. Tony, what's up? You got this thing all figured out.
He's behind just enough to confuse us.
You're right. We know he's with us, but he's just behind. Developmentally delayed. He is a bus driver, so I'm guessing it's a short bus. Yeah. Tufu says, register this dick. Says the guy who's got more tax stamps than anybody else I know.
Yeah. He straight up pulled out the manila envelope he keeps them in, and it's pretty thick.
Yeah, I am not a fan of the whole tax stamp system. I think it's fucking retarded. I think the whole NFA system is.
Repeal the NFA, defund the ATF.
Yep, the agency's only been around since 1979. They're not ingrained yet, right? We can just
as the ATF, they were part of the internal. They were part of the IRS. Another freaking government agency.
Well, henceforth the tax stamp.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely one of those things that they just need to go the fuck away at this point. I always get a trip out of the fact that in America we can't buy fucking silencers without a tax stamp, but in Europe, where you can't buy a fucking gun, you have to buy a silencer.
Suppressor?
It's not that you have to. If you happen to have a gun and you want to go hunting, it's required for you to have a silencer on the weapon. It's considered courtesy.
Yeah, That's why I'm in full support of the Hearing Protection Act, which is currently going before the Senate, I believe, which
Yeah.
would remove suppressors from the NFA. Which, I mean, when it comes down to it, a suppressor does not silence the gun. It doesn't make it sound all pew 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 like you hear in video games or movies. It's still pretty friggin' loud.
Yeah.
All it does is it lowers it enough that you can shoot without hearing protection.
Yep. 100%.
Sometimes, unless of course it's a 50 cal, in which case you should probably still wear hearing
Well,
protection.
even then, if you're not shooting subsonic ammo, technically you still should be wearing hearing protection.
Yeah,
It's still gonna create that ultrasonic snap that it's
that
just,
is what damages your
yeah,
ears.
exactly. So a gun muffler, yeah, pretty much, and it's not even a good one. It's basically, I like to tell everybody, it's a fart cannon. You know, it's the old 4-inch fucking Borla exhaust on a Honda Civic. I personally prefer the sound of a firearm that doesn't go through a silencer, but I also prefer my hearing. So,
Well, I mean, I've got a loudener on my AR-15, so.
well, there you go, perfect. So, anyways, I know you kind of had a topic that you did want to talk about, a little bit. I don't know if you want to dig into it, if you've gotten over
Yeah,
it.
no, I'm not. I'm not over it. It pisses me off.
So,
Oh, it's
I'm
got
pretty
me.
sure everybody in the chat knows that almost everybody who is either a veteran, a gun lover, a 2A person, somebody who actually holds their oath close to their chest, has been painted with the domestic terrorist, far right extremist brush. And as a veteran who's a 2A person who holds the Constitution close to your heart, how do you feel about that?
I mean, it's got me. I mean, it's got me pretty pissed. Specifically, I sent you that article from CNN, saying that what is it with military? What it basically is, what is it with military members becoming extremists? And I read the article, and they brought up the raid on the Capitol building, which I do not support because I'm you know not one to fight the government in the name of the government. That's just kind of redundant and stupid to me. But uh, I read the article, and it basically went into every person that they saw at that inside the Capitol building, including the woman who was fatally shot, and listed their like what branch they were in and everything. And they sat there and said that the military has a long history of creating extremists. And I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all. I think when it comes down to it, you get a bunch like anti-government extremists. Let me preface. It's got to be that, not just like they're creating racists. They're creating anti-government extremists, and I don't think that's the case. What I think it is you get guys like me who worked for the government from anywhere between 4 and 20 years. You have them work for the government. The government treats them like shit. They're put in a command with everybody above them is a fucking idiot, and eventually they get sick of it. They start to fucking hate the system because the system fucks them continuously. I don't think it's extremism to say the system is broken. I don't think it's extremism to try to change the system. I think that is the American way. That is what this country was legitimately founded on. I think instead of having these two, one of them is a Pulitzer Prize winning reporter because he found corruption in the school system in Los Angeles. Good job there. You might as well be the principal of a fucking homeschool. Like, who the fuck cares? And the other one is some fucking random journalist who writes puff pieces about the military all the time. And they wrote this fucking article thinking that they were, king shits of Turd Island, pointing out some magical fucking math problem. They've solved some magical math problem that's creating, terrorists in the United States. And instead of, reaching for a solution to, the divide that is in this country right now, they're just trying to fucking divide us more and make the veterans the bad guys.
Well, it's not even just the veterans. It's the people who actually love this country, the people who actually believe in what it was founded on. And I think a big thing too, and I've talked to a lot of people who are former veterans about this, about different things, basically along the same lines, and it is the same sentiment from pretty much everybody. But you know, the distrust in the government comes from seeing the shit they do as well. Like you get, people don't understand when you're in the military, you have orders you have to follow. You do this, you do that. Um, and there are times where you're doing things where you want to do other things, and command will tell you to back down. No, don't do that, or tell you to do something that completely goes against your morals, and that 100% creates distrust in your government. Like, and now, especially today, one of the things that I've talked to a lot of veterans who have PTSD about this. Um, one of the things that they legitimately um, feel like leads to PTSD right now is we're literally fighting wars that have no meaning. So, the older generations dealt with PTSD, but they were able to deal with it in a much healthier way because they believed in what they were fighting for. And today, most soldiers come out of, their engagements, and they don't feel good about what they did. They don't believe in what they were fighting for. Most of them know they're over there fighting for oil.
Yeah, I mean, and not to mention, like, I mean, let's look at this most recent election. I'm gonna spell it out completely honestly. Half the country is cheering because the guy that they don't like is out, and half the country is pissed because the guy they like is out. And I'm sitting here going, nothing's fucking changed. We're still gonna fucking hemorrhage money because the government can't get their shit together and balance a fucking budget. We're gonna still have extrajudicial bombings on fucking Afghani weddings. I mean, like, nothing is going to fucking change. It's all going to be the same. The only difference is now we have a guy in office who's making us the enemy as well. And I mean gun owners.
Right.
Because he's openly stated he's going to defeat the NRA, which anybody who likes guns as much as I do hates the NRA because they're a bunch of pussies.
Yeah, I mean, I think I saw the NRA post a comment about it or something like that on Instagram, and my comment was, well, if the only thing standing between government and us, the owners, is the NRA, we've been fucked for a long ass time.
Yeah. Not to mention, they helped write the NFA. Why
Right.
the fuck would I support you?
The only thing the NRA has done, and somebody said it in chat before about the NRA going bankrupt. You know what? All it is, the NRA going bankrupt, is the fact that they want to file as a non-for-profit when they move to Texas. So if anybody thinks anything other than that, it's just a fucking ploy. They're taking as much money out of the system as they can. They have gone bankrupt. They've gotten more money come in the last fucking 2 months than they have over the last 3 years. They're going to play it off, pay out all their fucking head honchos, turn themselves into a nonprofit, and then legitimize somehow. I have no idea how they're going to try to do that, but
this is all because of that. What the fuck's her name? Letitia, whatever the fuck, the AG from New York.
Yep. I
And
can't
it's
think
like,
of her last name.
and it's because she wants to take on the NRA because of shit that's happening in other fucking states. Last I checked, fucking AG, it's your fucking job to deal with New York. Why don't you fucking go down to fucking Brooklyn or go down to those fucking cities where they've banned these fucking guns and people are still getting fucking shot?
Right,
How
and
about
they
you do
don't do
your
it.
fucking job and not worry about the rest of the country?
Yeah, they don't do it. I mean, and the thing is they turn a blind eye to it because their laws are working. I mean, look at Chicago. The murder rate in Chicago is just as high as it's ever been.
Yeah, and there's only one gun store in Chicago. It can only sell hunting rifles and shotguns.
Yep.
And
But
yet
no,
there's still.
they're getting them from gun shows in Indiana and Wisconsin. There's
Oh
no
yeah, because the
background
gun
checks
show
there.
loophole. I'm gonna point out, like, I have a freaking rifle behind me right there that I bought at a gun show, and I had a fucking background check.
Yeah, people don't realize the only time that you get a gun at a gun show without a background check is when you buy it out of a trunk. Well, how do you think most of these fucking thugs are getting them? They ain't going to gun shows. They're buying them out of a trunk. And they're probably sold to them by the ATF.
One other thing, as a veteran, like, what the fuck changed? What happened between November 12th and November 13th, 2004. What changed in my fucking mind that says I don't know how to properly use a fucking automatic weapon? Where the fuck where did that level of responsibility just fucking magically disappear to? And the only reason, and I'm gonna go on a fucking NFA rant here for a sec. The only reason the NFA exists is because fucking mobsters were shooting each other with fucking Thompsons. Why were mobsters shooting each other with Thompsons? Because running liquor up their fucking routes was worth that amount.
Right.
It was worth it to fucking kill.
The government
And why was
incentivized
that
it.
worth it? Because they fucking banned alcohol. So the government created a black market and then created the fucking problem and created a murder rate. And what do? They turn around and create another fucking law thinking that's gonna fix it.
Right. Yeah. So
it was dumb. It's especially fucking stupid because they're already killing each other. Why the fuck are they gonna care if they're using an automatic weapon or not?
right, they don't. And the reality is I even go back to the whole automatic weapons are not inherently more deadly than any other weapon. The fact of the matter is if you take an AR, let's just use an AR platform, M4 platform that's fully automatic, and you go and shoot 30 rounds at a target. Most people, I say most people because there's people who are trained, the military are trained to handle it. Some of the military are trained to handle actual full auto fire. Most people are actually not going to hit a fucking thing. Full auto is suppressive fire 99% of the time. One round at a time, you can fucking kill 30 things. You go full auto, you're not killing 30 fucking people.
You're not going to want to go full auto. Like in a military engagement, though, you're not going to want to go full auto anyway because most modern military engagements are at like 300 yards.
Right.
That's a waste of fucking ammo.
Right. The only thing
that's a precious resource.
Yep. The only thing that full auto is good for is legitimately suppressive fire. If you need to get somebody from point A to point B and you need a diversion, you lay lead out so that way people look at you and you get other people moving. It's the same as like the pictures from the Capitol. I see these pictures during the riot and during the break-in at the Capitol, whatever you believe, of police standing in a line and people going through a door.
Well, I mean,
those police are using tactics.
I refuse to call it a riot. I refuse to call it a fucking an insurrection. I refuse to call it a fucking coup. What it was a no-knock raid on the Capitol building. How the fuck do you like it, Nancy Pelosi?
Right, 100%. Yeah, they were just doing a red flag audit. But
yeah,
no, like the reality is regardless of that, though, like all these people are talking about how these police were doing nothing in these pictures. If you know anything about military or police activities, so they're not going to go in and engage these people that are walking through this door, especially because if you look at what's happening behind those cops, that's where they're evacuating people. So they're holding a line between the people and a door that they legitimately opened so that people would go to that door. I'd rather you go to the door than go toward the target that I'm charged to protect.
Well, who was that? The black cop there that fucking distracted everybody.
Yeah, right. Literally just booga booga, follow me, and just walk them right to.
Is a fucking hero when it comes down to it, though.
Right, but you know what?
Like he faced down how many fucking people?
Yep, but the thing is all these people too. What pisses me off is the fucking pivot, like Nancy Pelosi going on fucking TV and talking about our heroes, our cop heroes. It's like literally fucking 2 weeks ago. Yeah. Like, oh, we gotta defund these motherfuckers. We gotta get out of here. These racist assholes. They don't blah 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 blah. Our heroes. And now they're also trying to get the one cop fired who literally was caught hot mic by a reporter when they were ushering the senators and shit out. He turns to the other cop and he goes, "I bet they like us now."
Yeah. Well, and then on that fucking subject, just today, I'm on Twitter all the time.
Oof, cancer.
I'm not. Well, usually sometimes I engage with the libertarian community, and then I talk shit about everybody else.
Oof, cancer. There's no libertarian community left.
You'd be surprised. There's quite a few of us.
I'm just saying on Twitter.
Oh yeah, no, they've exfilled out and have gone to other platforms. But like I was on there today, and it was Honore was trending because fucking Nancy Pelosi called in retired Lieutenant General Honore to do an investigation into the riot. And I saw somebody, no bullshit, post, everyone watch out for him. He's a real fucking warfighter. So everybody who raided the Capitol should be afraid. No, he fucking wasn't. Like, this is the Lieutenant General who completely fucked up the Katrina evacuation. And he spent his entire fucking command like in command of a fucking training battalion.
But
suck my dick.
He's a warfighter because guess what? He was willing to issue the order for his soldiers to go around and confiscate guns.
Yeah. Even better than that is like I bring it up just because of the Marine Corps. One of our commandants in the Marine Corps, while commandant, got the Medal of Honor. And if you read the citation on why he got it, it is legitimately because he was a general and he went on a combat deployment. It legitimately says that he strategically led men to take Iwo Jima, which basically means his fat ass sat on a fucking ship somewhere and sent young men to die, and he got the fucking Medal of Honor for it.
Right. He did what he should have paid some fucking, sergeant to do, and got him a medal for it.
Yeah. Who the fuck writes the commandant up for the Medal of Honor, by the way? Was it him? Did he write himself
Probably.
up?
Somebody did. It had to be him, and especially if it was to Iwo Jima, there wasn't a whole lot of people who were writing anybody up for that.
Yeah.
Just to kind of jump into the chat here, Chamber of Defense stopping in, dropping in to say, hey, and what's up? Hospital is crazy. We'll catch what I can. Everyone stay safe and keep your head on a swivel. Yes, I corrected the first word because you corrected it yourself. And all politicians are pieces of shit. I think we all agree on that. Chamber of Defense, thanks for stopping by. Keep yourself on a swivel. If your hospital's that crazy, I can't imagine what it's like in places where they're actually having issues. Yeah, so I've seen some other things too, going by about the government, this and that. Drop it like a Scott, just jumping in saying, yo, what's up all y'all? Not much. We're just hanging out, having some conversation. But I've heard a lot of different people talk about the situation with the government and how Washington has fallen, and now we've got all these soldiers sleeping on floors in the Capitol, which is fucking hilarious to listen to the civilians. Why can't we get them beds? And then the veterans all sitting here going, these motherfuckers get to sleep in the fucking indoors? What the fuck? Everybody's
the funny thing is like they're like people were freaking out about that, and I'm looking at these pictures. And there's one dude, there's a picture of him sleeping, and his fucking rifle is like 5 feet away from him. If I was his fucking sergeant, I'd grab that motherfucker and disappear with it. And then there's the other retard that's got his fucking optic mounted to the underside of his fucking handguard. And I'm like, fuck are you
Jesus
doing?
Jesus Christ. It's like...
Who would have thought when Donald Trump said, when they send their people, they're not sending the best, he was talking about the United States fucking Air National Guard.
It's crazy to see this shit. And it's like half of these fuckers, like, people don't realize half of the people that are there deployed, number one, they have not actually probably fired a gun on duty in fucking 2-3 years. They've done a lot of paperwork. They've done a lot of sleeping in a bed. The National Guard, I think they said there's 15,000. There's 15,000, I think, there right now. With by Sunday, I think they're trying to pull 500 up from every state. And they say those numbers because it doesn't sound like a lot. So just so everybody understands this, 500 National Guardsmen from 50 states is 25,000 National Guardsmen going to Washington, D.C. to join the 15,000 already there. That's 40,000 soldiers going there for an inauguration that they're the only ones who are going to be there for. So, literally Washington, D.C. by Sunday will be the most militarized zone in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
There will be more people in Washington D.C. than there are in Afghanistan.
yeah, there already are.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, beyond that, I mean, outside of the fact that Meal Team 6 has showed up, bunch of fucking fat National Guardsmen, because that's fucking
Yeah,
scary.
you saw that picture. Oh my god,
Yeah,
I'm a fat guy. If I am that guy, I'm out of the fucking military just because me showing up is fucking bad. That's like, what the fuck was that? Like,
like
there had
if shit has gotten so bad that we are sending that fucker into combat, we
no,
probably
not
shouldn't
that.
be in this war anymore.
Did you see the whole line of them? It
Yeah,
wasn't
they're
just
all
that
fucking
fucker. It was like 12 of them. It was an entire fucking squadron that looked like they just rolled out of fucking McDonald's. Oh, yeah. So Futu
And they're
Tufu.
all getting a fucking briefing from Nancy Pelosi, and
I
all of them are sitting
know,
there, and
right?
they're all sitting there thinking, bitch, we fucking hate you.
It's like, dude, I bet we could eat her. I bet we could eat her.
Fucking Skeletor's fucking sister. And then there's fucking bitch McConnell, who, I mean, I'm one who cares about the national debt. I strongly care about the national debt. But even I can admit right now that people are fucking struggling and they need help.
Right.
And it's not their fault.
Right.
You
No, and
shut
it's
down their businesses. You shut down their places of work. They need help. Help them. I don't care. I don't care what political reason you have to not help them. Help them, you piece of shit.
yeah, no, and that's the thing. Like, these people don't even realize that they've destroyed so many lives. And what's sad to me is how many of these people don't even realize that their lives were destroyed by these politicians.
Yeah. I mean, yes,
So
I hate Franklin the Turtle. Yes. That Mitch McConnell is a fucking idiot on all levels, on all fronts. Nancy Pelosi is no better. I hate the fact that these are the two people leading to two major parties in this country.
yeah, so uh well, isn't Joe Biden leading the one? Come on now.
Let's be honest, he's a fucking figurehead.
Yeah,
He'll
no,
do what Nancy tells him to. The thing is you've got Mitch, I refuse to help the people, McConnell on one side, and fucking Nancy, we got to pass the bill so we can find out what's in it, Pelosi on the other.
right. Tufu says so they can take a picture and say, "Oh, look, this beats the Orange Man." Um, I'm gonna say this once, and I won't say it again, just because there's some people who may disagree. But and I don't care if you disagree. You can at me in the comments. I don't care. Um, if you have to have 40,000 National Guardsmen guard you from the people during your inauguration, you didn't win an election from the people. Just my thoughts.
I mean, when it comes down to it, let's be honest. Like, I'm not for doing anything at the inauguration or causing problems. But from what I've seen, we have uneducated, non-tactical, overweight National Guardsmen that are highly untrained currently guarding the Capitol.
Some of them,
One,
I would say not a large percentage. I'm guessing, um, if I had to go ahead and say this, as bad as this is to say, it's really easy to doctor pictures. It's really easy to find some fucking paintball groups lined up. I don't know, and I don't even want to say that's 100%. That whole shit is 100% real. Just because people with Photoshop can do some amazing things. I do know a lot of people. The National Guard does have a standard, and you show up to your weekend and you look like that, you're getting your fucking ass chewed. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a nasty girl or if you're in the army. There is a PT standard that you have to follow, and none of them guys in that line are meeting the PT level of fucking anything. They're not getting a new job at another police department. We'll just put it that way.
yeah, I can't wait to Cat Milk. I can't wait to hear that, because this is a bunch of guys. It's the National Guard. 1 week in a month, 2 weeks a year, does not instill weapon safety.
Right.
I am waiting for the ND.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think we're gonna see a lot because unfortunately, from what I understand, yes, they've got live ammo. Yes, they're rocking. From somebody that I've had communications with, they are not allowed to chamber.
Oh, thank God.
So I don't think we're gonna see any NDs necessarily, but there's always that one fucking moron who just can't leave his finger off the fucking, bang switch, and he's also the one who, I wonder what happens if I pull this. So it's possible. Don't quote me on saying that it's not going to happen. It's possible, but it's definitely one of those where I don't think it's going crazy.
I mean, not to mention what another thing we got trending now is Kyle Rittenhouse was caught on camera doing the OK sign.
Yeah, but white power. No, it's a white power sign.
Yeah, white power, the white power hand signal that I used when I was like 3 years old.
Okay.
That I used in the military to say, "Hey, everything's good." Oh yeah.
Oh, you look.
I owe a punch to every person in the chat. But like, I'm sorry. Even if that has been co-opted by fucking white nationalists, who the fuck cares?
Well,
they're racist. Why the fuck are we letting them dictate what we do?
Yeah, the whole thing too is like what they leave out of the comments and what they leave out of the articles is absolutely hilarious. So they tried to get a rise out of people, and I'm from Wisconsin, so I get this shit all the time. So they tried to get I don't care if you're offended, Tufu, shut up. But I literally get this all the time. They tried that same exact article, those same exact pictures from the same exact bar a week prior, and they were saying, "Oh, Kyle Rittenhouse is caught at a bar. Is he breaking his parole?" Well, number one, he's not on parole. He's on bail, which means he's not in. He hasn't been convicted of a crime. Number one. Number two, everybody's like, "Well, he's 18. He can't be at a bar." Yes, he can. Welcome to the state of Wisconsin. We're professional drinkers, and if you are with your parents, you can drink at the age of 16 in a bar. So, welcome to Wisconsin. Nobody got offended by it, so they got pissy. So they switched it around, used the exact same pictures, wrote an entirely different article, and now it's all about white power, and he's with the Proud Boys, and he's with this, and he's with... Who the fuck cares? I'm so tired of fucking everybody propping up, one organization or another. Guess what? Kyle Rittenhouse is now famous, whether you like it or not, because just like with all these fucking people who are out here murdering people, the media has made him famous.
Mm-hmm.
So they gave him his 15 minutes of fame. So
can
now
I ask, what is it with the media trying to find the new KKK, by the
way? Because they want to cover up the fact that they're a part of it.
They've got to try so fucking hard to find the new KKK. Why did my mom just send me a YouTube video?
YouTube.com is one of the most popular gun forums.
Whoa!
Wait,
no. GoDaddy just fucking dropped Brownells.
Really?
Yeah,
nice.
Tucker Carlson is covering it right now, and that is fucking bullshit.
That's hilarious. It's not hilarious that they did it, but it's actually like the fact of the matter, like all these places, unfortunately. All right, so this is the point. The left owns the media. The left owns the social media. The left owns all this shit. How come nobody on the right has got into any of this tech shit? Are we that fucking stupid? Like, what the fuck?
Is it Brownells? No, it's not Brownells. What is it? That's not AR15.com, is it?
I mean, it could be. AR15.com was through GoDaddy. But
AR15.com is still up.
AR15.com actually is on their backup servers. So
that is possible.
I actually 100% can confirm that AR15.com is on their backup servers. I'm not going to tell anybody where they are because they can go fuck off.
Yeah.
It's actually the exact same it's actually the exact same servers that 3percenters.org is on. So, good luck.
Well, that is something I am all for. The free market and capitalism and everything.
Right. People haven't.
Why the fuck? Why does GoDaddy own everything?
Well, they don't. The thing is everybody went to GoDaddy because you could get it cheaper. There are a lot of places. A lot of people got comfortable, and they just went anywhere. Dr. Catmilk says they better leave Boog Brand alone. Don't worry, I'm on the same servers that other people that aren't getting canceled are.
I mean, I'm just saying. The only reason why I'm on this show is hopes of getting free shit.
Oh, you want free shit from Boog Brand? I've failed. You haven't gone back a couple episodes. We're failing as a business. We're managing to make this work as a podcast. So that's why my site is hosted elsewhere. Says Tufu. Yeah, exactly. If you are a person who does something that people want to cancel, you have to legitimately find a place that isn't going to fucking censor you. That may mean that you have to work with somebody who you may not necessarily agree with, but maybe you got to ask questions ahead of time. So, if they're a server that's willing to host porn, then they're willing to host you most likely. There's a lot of other shit that goes involved with it. But at the end of the day, it's knowing where to go to get your services and not be interrupted. As somebody who runs a business that was doing good until cancel culture tried to come after us, I learned where to go now. Unfortunately, I didn't know where to go before. So, D-Money says, and where is that? Actually, if anybody wants to know what servers we've found that are the best, they can actually email me at webmaster@boogbrand.com. I will try to get back to everybody. I'm not going to put it live on the air just for the simple fact that if I put it live on the air, then people who may come across this, which, by the way, is probably going to be like nobody, but if anybody does come across it, they're not going to get the free information of where to go to complain. So that's where I'll leave that.
But back on subject of current events before my mother sent me that because she knew I'd get pissed off.
Oh, you know what though? It's all right because I don't mind pivoting.
Yeah, no, I'm just like fucking liberal fucking crybaby douches. I thought it was bad enough when fucking Dick's Sporting Goods pulled all their AR-15s, showing that even though it's in their namesake, they don't fucking have them. But yeah, no, fuck people right now. But back on the subject of current events,
right?
I want to say another thing. I want to go on the record of fucking saying is when it comes to the raid on the Capitol building, the people that did it aren't terrorists, but they're also not revolutionaries.
Right.
I mean, you can sit there and say the dictionary definition of terrorists because they committed a crime to threaten the government into doing what they wanted. Black Lives Matter has been doing that shit since 2012.
Right.
You can't have it, but you can't have it only one way. You got to have it both ways. If one group can do it, the other group can fucking do it too.
Right. Well, that's the hypocrisy, though. That is legitimately the hypocrisy. I do want to address one comment in the chat because I know it'll probably get you riled up. Number one, number two, because it is 100% true. Scroll right here. From D Money? Have you noticed that none of the pedo sites have been shut down? 100%. In this country, we have fucking proven that we can shut down a $1 billion fucking business like Parler in 3 fucking days. Look at I did it again. There you go. White power, whatever. Fuck, I don't give a shit. In 3 days, we shut down a $1 billion fucking company. But we can't fucking shut down any of these pedo sites? What the fuck?
Did you want me
Child
to go on my
porn is all over the fucking internet.
Do you guys want me to go on my fucking anti-pedo rant? I have a fucking history with those.
Oh, well,
I'm going to point out, I actually on Twitter had posted a fucking status, and it was just a picture of a fucking noose. and it said to all the fucking maps out there, minor attracted persons, because they can't be call themselves what they really are, fucking pedos. Free life lesson, I'll teach you how to tie this. And fucking Twitter, 4 months later, sends me a message saying to take it down because it's disrespectful and harmful to people, to a group of people.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
And I went, who? The fucking pedos? Those aren't people. Those are target practice. Fuck off.
Right. And it's actually ridiculous too, because I don't remember who it was on Instagram that actually that comment that I said, the way I said it, from D Money, was actually in a picture / meme. I think it was a Twitter feed, something, from somebody. It could have been Rogan O'Hanley, DC Drano, for those of you who know. For those of you who don't, you should. Who literally said the exact same thing, and he has the whole like context shit put underneath it by like Instagram, like this post lacks context and could be harmful. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? It literally says they can take down Parler in 3 days but not get rid of fucking child porn. What the fuck is wrong with that comment?
Yeah. And the fucking gray area, by the way, fucking quotations, is sites for nudist groups where you can find these sites, and it's literally got like fucking 12 to 14-year-old boys and girls on them, and it gets fucking let by under the idea that it's educational.
Well, it's the same thing as on YouTube, though. It's the same fucking thing on YouTube. You can legitimately go to YouTube and I will let this to all those people who enjoy the Pornhub, want to go learn some porn stuff. You can literally search on YouTube for like artistic nude dance. And because it says artistic, it's acceptable for it's porn. It isn't fucking nude dance. It's not artistic dance. It's straight up fucking porn. And no, there's not even. It's not even stripping. You can find like legitimate, like Kama Sutra, like tagged shit. Like it's 100%. It's like 1990s fucking HBO porn, but it's on YouTube and it's called artistic dance.
Yeah, it's softcore porn because they don't show the penetration and they don't show nipples. It's fine.
Oh no, you can see nipples. There's just no penetration. It's like Chinese shit. You just don't get to see insertion.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not one for porn anyway, because I find it to be, next level to cuck. I mean, let's be honest. You're watching one dude get off with another chick.
Yeah. Everybody's gay. It's just to what extent you're gay.
You're just accepting that you enjoy it. Like, if you watch porn on a certain level, I have to say you would like being a cuck.
Yeah, I mean, on a level you have to. Tufu says artistic gun. This actually might work, except for the fact that that's completely against everything they stand for. There's nothing artistic about guns.
Which is authoritarianism.
Right. It's all about fitting into their narrative. It's fitting into what they want. And unfortunately, there's no place for us to go.
That's why I want to create a channel where I do like freaking the most badass shit, like Demolition Ranch style shit with guns, but the entire time bitch about guns and how they should be illegal, because there's no way my videos would be taken down. Well, they'd be like, this guy wants gun control. Like, he's just saying how dangerous this gun is. Meanwhile, I'm blowing up a fucking Jetta with a fucking 50 cal.
Look at all this destruction and mayhem that can be caused by this. It should be illegal. That actually probably would work. You'd probably remain monetized on all this shit that nobody else can be monetized on. I actually respect your bit, boy. You better get out there and fucking do it. Yeah. And you keep talking about 50 cals. You're gonna have to change your name from Semper 338 LM to Semper 50 BMG.
Oh yeah, no, I gotta get a new 338. I sold mine.
Oh, so you don't even have it. So now you're just posing.
The at was made when I had it.
All right.
There's still a picture of it on my Instagram. Next to a couple others.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't care if you're a poser. I still love you. D Money says porn is for people that don't fuck often. Well, sometimes it's porn. Porn is for people who want to watch it too. Sometimes you just got to have fun, right? Spice
I will
things up.
I'll fully admit, porn addiction's a real thing.
Oh, porn addiction is fucking for real. There's some
I know a
people out
couple of
there.
guys from when I was in the military that got really fucked up from that shit. Because you get deployed.
Well,
you
the
can't
shit
get
that you
fucking
guys,
laid,
the
so
shit
you're
that
sitting
you
there
guys
watching
get on
porn.
deployment, Jesus Christ! It's surprised there's not people coming out fucking, gimping it.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure there's a fucking redheaded Japanese kid out in Okinawa somewhere. I'm pretty sure. By now, I have a 10-year-old son.
That's all right. My wife is pretty sure that my youngest is probably of 20 years of age by now. So,
But no, fucking like the world is just fucked. And the worst part is the people like with the coronavirus and everything. Everyone that's freaking out about it. Go back on their Twitter timelines. Everyone that's saying that fucking Trump didn't do enough and that it's fucking killing people. Go back 4 or 5 years on their timeline. I bet you they have a post saying that they fucking wish for a new plague.
yeah, probably. Now they got it. But this is the same thing. Like, people commonly, this is a big problem in America, especially today. We're a society of people who have gotten what we want, gotten our way over and over and over and over and over again. I could continue repeating over and over and over all the time, but the fact of the matter is we're a want it now society who's been rewarded for our fucking stupidity for too long. Everybody says they want a plague until the plague comes. Well, it's not the plague you wanted, but it's the plague you got. You think back to earlier this year, you had, in March, February, the Boog Boys are out there doing their thing. And I take offense to this because I latched onto the meme name and made a business around it. And that was just, I thought the name was good. It kind of rolled off the tongue, Boog brand, So it fit and I took it. Well, the Boog Boys that were out there fucking doing all this shit in their Hawaiian shirts and whatever, claiming they wanted the Boogaloo, the big igloo to come, and it was going to be just a fantastic thing. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, let's do this. Well, in June, when all these cities were burning, whether you admit it or not, y'all wanted the Boogaloo. Y'all got the Boogaloo. It may not have been the Boogaloo you wanted, but it's the Boogaloo you got. And y'all didn't do shit. Shit.
Well, my thing is what was it? Fucking Whitmer there in Michigan.
Right.
They got a bunch of guys and they arrested them because they were plotting to kidnap and murder the governor.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting there thinking, what do you got them on?
They got him on some real shit.
Yeah, but no, like what crime have you got them on?
Well,
conspiracy?
Not...
Because for conspiracy to be a crime, they had to have done something.
Right, they did. Maybe it didn't get out nationally, but they legitimately they had cameras up all over their private property in northern Michigan. They had hacked into her system, gotten her itinerary for her travel. They had legitimately planned this shit out. And I'm not a defense attorney, and I'm not a part of the defense attorney or the defense team. I don't know 100% of the details, but from somebody that I know who's close to the situation, they done fucked up. They had a federal agent inside their group who got them caught up like a motherfucker because they were stupid. They didn't vet people. They were going out, and they were, yes, Tony, the founding fathers were terrorists, by definition. But
yes,
the Sons of Liberty, altogether, 1765, every single one of them was a terrorist, and they were all part of a terrorist organization against the king. But, anyways, they done fucked up. A common problem with people who think they're a part of a national organization with leadership that's literally only in it for the money. I have I have problems with like the Oath Keepers, not because of what they stand for, but because of the fact that they fall under a national leadership that's literally only in it for money. Um, and people can at me for that too. I don't care. It's the same with a lot of these 3%ers groups out here. Um, the the whole idea of 3%ers was subjugated by a big group of people who wanted to make money on some Nyberg flags and some fucking 3%ers logos, um, and they did it. Uh, and then they claimed there's a national structure and everything behind it, and the whole point was that the 3%ers was to be like a civilian branch of the Oath Keepers, people who were willing to stand behind the Constitution and fight. And it wasn't an organization, it was an idea, because ideas aren't subjugated to the bullshit that a group is. So the Patriot movement suffered a lot because they were just organizations that could be penetrated.
See, that's why I like how Japan runs their shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Yakuza, it's not illegal to be a Yakuza.
Right.
It's completely legal because they have no laws against gangs.
Yep.
They have laws against the shit that gangs do.
Exactly. Well, that's the whole fucking thing. Like, gang activity is the fucking dumbest thing in the fucking world. And people who grew up in small towns probably know the gang activity thing more than even people who grew up in cities, because most of the cops in cities aren't going around and arresting people for gang activity. They're going around and arresting gangs for doing gang shit.
Yeah.
But I grew up in a small town, and literally the cops, after 10 o'clock, if you were in a group of more than like 4 people, they're like, that's gang activity, we're gonna pull you over. You're fucking retarded. Go back to fucking eating donuts.
Who would have thought 10 years ago that we'd be going to our Christmas dinner with our families and smoking pot, and the illegal thing would be getting together with our families?
Yeah. Well, I don't do either anymore, apparently, so.
Yeah.
Actually, I had Thanksgiving dinner with my family. I also had Christmas at my house with my family. So
Thanksgiving. The fuck did I do Thanksgiving? I don't know what I did Thanksgiving. I know Christmas I made. My mother-in-law came over here and we had a little Christmas thing here.
right, you know the thing, and a lot of people keep saying that the left are taking this country, and I am of. I am of the camp that the left isn't taking the country, the right is giving it to them.
I think both sides are stupid.
I do also agree with that both sides are stupid. So
I think, in my opinion, if you're the kind of person that has an answer before you are asked the question, you're retarded.
That is 100% true. And for those that don't understand that, you're probably part of the problem. So it's disgusting to see that too, because we do, the left and the right both are guilty of spewing rhetoric and just, the whole, it was rigged, it was this, it was that, it was that. It's just a back and forth. They're two sides of the same fucking coin. So
yeah, I mean, like I said before, nothing has changed.
Yeah.
When you get to the heart of the problems that this country has, no matter who sits in the big chair in that round room, nothing's changed.
100%. Tufu says in the chat, America was founded by a group of motherfuckers who refused to pay taxes and refused to give up their guns. When they came and tried to take it, we shot at their asses for 8 goddamn years. Yeah, I think I was able to get through the broken English there and get the point across.
So, I will go on record as saying I will not comply.
I won't either.
Biden has openly stated he is going to do things to the Second Amendment. I will not comply.
Yep, nope. I will not comply either. As I've even told the wife, I said they may come to my front door, and I may not win, but god damn it, they ain't leaving in one fucking piece.
I will, after the gunfight, you will find me in a puddle of blood and a pile of brass. Mine or someone else's, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, for me, it's probably gonna be a pile of steel, but teach their
I
own.
mean, I got my AK here. I have an like my plan isn't
Wait,
to
wait.
reload. To grab
Are you
the gun and
saying that you have? Are you saying that you have a pile of brass around your AK?
no, no, no. Can I have
I
my
was gonna
AR
say
here
because
too?
Tufu will fucking kill you. Because like,
No, no. I mean, do you want to see him?
you can show whatever you want. I don't care. I just,
Got my
as I've stated before, people won't see many guns on my channel, on my side because I don't own any guns. I have 2 pistols. That's it.
my AR here, and then oh, Jesus, breaking shit. Got my AK here. I love that the one thing I knocked around was my AK. Like, who cares?
Yeah, who
Fuck
cares,
it.
right? So what's the AK?
The AK is actually a parts kit that I bought off of Tufu. It is a Romanian AKM built
So it
by
actually
AR.
works.
Yeah, it's not a fucking IO piece of shit.
So it's not. Ooh, that's a dig on Hypo. Which, by the way, he'll be on next week. So we
Oh yeah,
think, unless he backs out again because of work. So
yeah. I mean, he's got a lot of shit going on. I'm not gonna
yeah,
blame
no,
him.
I give him shit, and I say it because I can. He knows I love him, so he's been here before.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's one of the few people that actually has my cell phone number.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's got mine too. So if he could be a Fed boy posting at this point, I don't care. I like him.
Yeah. I mean, wait, Fed boy, noob, where you at?
Oh, he was in the chat earlier.
Yeah, he's my little Fed boy.
Yeah. So
that joke is actually, it comes around from we were hanging out in a chat one day and we're all talking about breaking gun laws in Minecraft.
in Minecraft.
And then fucking Noob turns on his camera and he's just sitting there with an ATF hat on, and we all just stop.
So here's the thing. You said in Minecraft, and I love the in Minecraft reference because it just lets me know that you took part in the meme wars.
Oh yeah.
But I actually, did you see the fucking guy whose defense wasn't even the hypothetical defense or the in Minecraft? When they came to him about being a part of the raid on Cap, there are noobs in the building. Nothing to see here. Move on. See, he's just fucking lurking, man. I love it. That's what he does. But the guy whose defense is literally like, look, I wasn't there, but I did have a dream that I was at in this big crowd of people, and we were all being pushed from the back to get like through these doors, and then we all of a sudden we were inside, but it was a dream, and it felt so real. It's kudos to you, sir. Kudos to you.
Yeah.
The whole hypothetical thing taken to the level of it was a dream.
You know who I feel bad for?
If I remember right, in the dream, I feel like I was in Nancy Pelosi's office.
Yeah. You know who I feel bad for when it comes to everybody out there? I feel bad for the one guy that actually did lose all his guns in a boating accident. Because the meme has been spread so far and wide.
I don't.
That nobody's gonna believe him.
I don't feel bad for the guy who lost all of his guns in a boating accident. What the fuck were you doing on a boat with all of your guns? Like, if you lost all of your guns in a boating accident, you better tell me you only owned one fucking gun. All right?
No, I'll give you 2.
Okay, maybe 2. You had a rifle and a pistol on your side or something.
Like, no, I'm saying like shotgun because you're out duck hunting. And then you had like your handgun on your side just in case. Somali pirate pulls up on the lake.
Right, exactly. Well, the thing is like if you follow like people like Carrie Trainer, he don't fuck around. If you're mowing the lawn, you better be carrying. If you're grilling out, you better be carrying. And you know what? I don't actually disagree because honestly, a lot of these fucking people, that concealed carry who literally walk out the door and put it in and then put it away as soon as they get home, like they're magically safer because they're home.
Tufu just said if Hypo backs out, he'll come on.
Yeah, I know. I saw that, Tufu. I was ignoring it like you ignore me. It's okay. It's okay, Tufu. I love you.
No, like the thing is with my AK, when I finally got it, because it took him an extra like 2 weeks to send it to me. When I finally got it, the
Why
first
are
thing I
you
did.
digging on
I
him
live
for
in a
taking too
town.
long?
I live in a town that has a very large Somali population, and I went and found a random Somalian in my town and handed him an AK and took a picture. And then I had it for a while with just the words Somali approved, but I could never bring myself to post it to Instagram, and I don't think I have that photo anymore.
Oh, that would have been awesome. Now you're just gonna have to do it again.
Yeah, now
Tufu
I gotta
says
go find another Somalian.
dot.
It wouldn't be hard, dude. They're all over the place up here.
Yeah, I
We
don't
imported them.
know. Well, it's all right. It's better than like where I grew up. We had the Hmongs. Um, I guess I shouldn't say that it's better. Kind of the same. Anyways,
Chambered defense. We all know you zap carry. Don't even try.
my gun is always on me unless I'm in my PJs. Then it's beside me.
You spelled inside me wrong.
Oh, ouch. What if sending it to you late was per instructions? Tufu says.
Well, if that's the case, Tufu, I don't care. I'm 6 feet tall. What the fuck you gonna do? You short shit.
Hey, he's 5'10". He's only 2 inches shorter than you. I think, right? That's what it was. It was 5 foot. Him and
Yeah.
him and Hypoluxia are the exact same tall height.
He's.
Unfortunately, you can't carry a gun at work, Charles Sexton. Sounds like you need a better bag.
Yeah, I can, but I work from home right now, so I mean, the fuck they gonna do?
Right. I can honestly say that I'm not allowed to carry at work. So, G34 with a comp and red dot. That's what you stick inside of you, chambered defense? That's crazy. A comp and red dot in a G34. That's impressive. That sounds like you need to go back to about 10 minutes ago.
Hold on. I just typed a random thing in chat. If you could just, send me a video, a link to a video to watch you insert, I wouldn't say no.
Djifa. There you go, Djifa. So Tufu says Mark Spivey says Tufu break yo knees. Mark, ghetto does not come good out of your mouth.
Tufu, I'm not afraid of your high point.
I'd be afraid of his high point. He was afraid of his high point.
I'd say he should be afraid of his high point more than I am.
I mean, I believe they were shooting plus P ammo through that high point, and he was full on cocked sideways, ready to go, and he pulled the trigger. Nobody else would, but he did, so he should be afraid of it.
So dangerous. Oh.
What's dangerous? Shooting plus P ammo out of a fucking high point?
Shooting a high point.
Oh, come on. The high point is probably and I'm going to go ahead and say this. The high point is legitimately probably the deadliest handgun in all of America. Because it's $189. It literally fucking can be thrown away the second you shoot it, and it's probably the second most favorite gun in Chicago.
I have openly stated I want to take the money and go buy like 10 or 12 high points and a trench coat and use all of them as my EDC. Not to shoot at people in case I get in trouble, but to beat them to death with them. Start throwing them. Because honestly, they make a better brick than they do a handgun.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Charles Sexton says the high points are bulletproof, and Matt at Demo Ranch proved it. Yeah, sorta. Like, I will say this: the high point, for what it is, has proven itself durable. The fact of the matter, though, is still like, I understand people on a budget. I'm on a budget myself, but save up money a little bit longer. Like, seriously, fuckers. A Canik TP9. A Canik TP9 SF is $249, pre-pandemic prices. But I also saw a high point in a glass case this week for $249. So
yeah,
it is what it is. Welcome to the pandemic.
Did you hear, Cheaper Than Dirt might be getting sued.
Really, it doesn't surprise me. But at the same
price gouging.
I don't think it'll go because there isn't a single person who paid that fucking price. In order to
Yeah.
sue for price gouging, you had to have paid that price.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't actually think they're going to
Someone
sue.
might have done it just to sue them.
If they did, then the judge is probably going to see through it. Like, are you really so stupid? Are you really so stupid? I actually saw today that there are still gun shops out there who have ammo that are
Dude, my gun shop right down the road literally has like a fucking pallet of 7.62 by 39. I am going over there tomorrow to just buy a stack.
Yeah, but I actually one of the guys I follow on Instagram, he's actually going to be on the show in February. Is 715 Tactical. He's on YouTube as well. From Wisconsin as well. It was his birthday today. He went and bought a Glock 19 from the gun shop, and they had the Glock 19 and a case or some ammo. That you buy a gun, you get the ammo. It's like, wait, what? Like buying a gun is almost worth getting the ammo at this point. And it wasn't even like steel cased ammo. It was they gave him Blazers brass ammo.
Cheaper. Wait, they also have an unconditional. Wait, you talking about High Points have a lifetime unconditional guarantee? Like, can I get my money back for buying a High Point? Or is that conditional?
I don't think you can get your money back for buying a High Point. I think you can get your High Point fixed.
The reason I give High Point as much shit as I do isn't the fact that their gun is the C9 is absolute shit. It's absolute garbage. That isn't it. The reason I give them this much shit is because for months, myself and several other people in the gun community were fucking torturing High Point's fucking social media guy on Twitter, begging for parts kits so we could 3D print our own shit. And they came out and said no. Fuck High Point. They don't care about the Second Amendment. They don't care about gun owners.
Well,
all they did was stand to make money, and they decided against it.
You know what, though? Here's the thing. Regardless of that, I have to admit, and this is going to probably ruffle some panties, the High Point is a great suppressor host.
Yes, that's actually true. They are. I don't know what it is about that fucking ugly ass slide design, but you throw a suppressor on it and subsonic ammo, and that thing is nice and quiet.
Well, you want to know what it is?
It's just ugly as shit.
Yeah, it's ugly as shit. But the fact of the matter is, it's the welded barrel. So the barrel's welded in position. The slide moves around the welded barrel. So you maintain 100% accuracy, regardless of the ammo that you shoot through it, because the barrel never moves. So typically, and this is where a lot of people's accuracy goes to shit with a 9mm, suppressed handgun, is that you put these long suppressors on, and all of a sudden you're going to get baffle strikes, because by the time that bullet makes it down the barrel and out and through the suppressor, the barrel is starting to rise. So now you open yourself up to baffle strikes.
Oh, speaking of handguns, if anyone's got a line on a G26, let me know. Because part of the deal from last week's Initials game on Tundra was winner gets a holster from Precision Holsters. And I decided that I was going to take a holster for a gun I do not own. So, if anyone's got a line on a G26, let me know.
Hey, that's actually not...
I don't want that 2730 shit. I don't want to 40 and fucking that shit can suck a dick. I want a 9mm.
Yeah, no, that's actually not a bad thing, man. Precision Holsters does good work. I'm actually excited right now. I'm waiting. I have my custom Ultra Carry holster that I put an order in with them earlier this week even. I'm just waiting for it to come out, and it doesn't matter. Like I said, if Scott catches this, it's all right. I told you, I haven't even function checked the new pistol that I bought yet, so I'm not exactly looking to carry it until I put some rounds through it. So,
Well, I hit him up and asked him because Duplessis isn't actually a girl, by the way. Waited this entire time to tell you that. It's actually a guy. It's my
Well,
cousin's
way to
boyfriend.
make me look like a fucking idiot. Is that a
Yeah,
girl in? Is
no,
that a girl in the fucking?
yeah, it's a who is it? It's an actual character from a video game. I can't remember who it is.
You know how hard it is to see those fucking icons, and then you add
Yeah,
whiskey on
he
top
had it.
of it.
He had it as his picture on everything for a while. That's why I know the picture. He went out and bought a TP9 Elite SC. And and Precision Holsters doesn't have them, but I hit up Scott and was like, "Hey
I
man,
know.
when the fuck are you gonna get this shit? Because I want to get one for him." So
Yeah, no. It's
speaking of which, I just reminded
anybody,
myself I'm gonna order his handguard.
anybody, and everybody reach out to Precision Holsters and say we need a Canic mold.
Yes, Janik. It's pronounced Janik. It's fucking Turkish. God damn it.
It's fucking Canic because in
It's
America
Janik.
it doesn't matter how you pronounce it in your country. It's sushi, not sashi. Yeah, it is what it is. So we're in America. It's Canic. Tufu isn't Tufu. It isn't, whatever how you pronounce his name, little bunny, whatever in Chinese. It's Tufu in America.
Yeah. Oh my god. So me and Tufu made a trade. I sent him my old freaking flashlight. What the fuck brand was it? It's that good brand, Surefire flashlight. And he sent me an angled foregrip. Best trade he's ever made. But I had my wife mail him the flashlight. So I gave her the address and I said, "Hey, send it to Tufu." And she goes, "Okay." So she texts me later on. And she goes, "Who am I sending this to?" I was like, "Tufu." And she goes, "But what's his name?" I was like, "Tufu." She goes, "But what's his real name?" And I was like, "He's fucking Chinese, bitch. Stop being racist."
Yes, his name is fucking Tufu. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Suppressor back there. Yeah, Tufu says my suppressor got its baffle gapped this week. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he actually posted a picture of
I
it
did.
too.
I did see it. I saw it on Instagram too.
So
Like, sorry, buddy. There goes $200 tax stamp.
yeah, and he put the funny thing. Well, he can just get it repaired, but
Well, yeah, but still, you
the
gotta
funny
wait
thing
for
about
it.
it is he posted a picture, the Instagram picture. It points out that he has a microscope in the background, and that he can see his penis just fine without the microscope. That's not what I cared about. My question is, why were you putting your penis in your suppressor, and what to cause that much fucking damage?
It wasn't the penis. It was the blue pill. Oh, so let's see. Let's go back to chat here. Charles Sexton, I think you have to buy a pistol with a threaded barrel on it. I'm missing something.
Wait, what did we miss?
Where
I don't
do
know.
they?
He's got a retracted message.
Where do they
so
sell
maybe...
a high point threaded barrel? Is what D Money wants to know. Actually, I'm pretty sure somebody somewhere does it. I've seen the threaded barrels.
I know High Point sells C9s.
Yeah, it's not even the High Point either. It's the name of the company too that sells them directly, and I think they're like 10% cheaper as long as you don't look for High Point.
Yeah.
If you own a High Point, which I'm sorry, but when they fill out that paperwork, they don't actually write High Point on it because High Point is actually not the brand of the gun. So if you look at your box, it'll tell you the brand of the gun. It's basically you bought Kleenex, but you bought the tissues brand. So it is what it is. But that company itself sells threaded barrels. I think they're 10% cheaper as long as you don't look up for High Point threaded barrel.
Yeah, I mean, if you the thing that I hate is if you look up the history of the C9, it has the most noble start in history. It was made to be a cheap firearm post 9/11.
Yep.
And they went so cheap that they made a meme.
They did. But you know what? The thing is, too, is that motherfucker works. Man, It is a fucking tank.
As long as you don't shoot more than 3 rounds in quick succession.
I thought you were gonna say as long as you don't shoot more than 3 towns up in quick succession.
That too. Let's be honest. Everyone knows what high points are used for.
But look, it seems like as long as you're shooting from a Chevy Caprice, you're okay.
Yeah.
So, all right. Before we get ourselves in trouble on that, we'll move on. Another thing that people don't know about High Point is if you have a bad magazine, you can contact them and they will send you a new one for free. Says Charles Sexton. I thought the mags were free to begin with. The gun costs $149. The mags are free.
Aren't they made out of like sheet metal?
Yes. As far as I know, they're stamped sheet metal, and they're just like there's a pressed end that kind of holds it together.
That's so ugly. So ugly.
It is what it is, but
I mean, they're double stack, right?
yeah, I think so. I think
I don't know. I've only ever shot a high point once, and I didn't load it. So.
I've never actually shot a fucking high point. I've never even held one.
My buddy got one because it was his first gun, and this was back when I had just gotten out of the Marine Corps and was just getting into the civilian market for firearms. So I had a Springfield XDS. So I have not always made the best decisions. And he bought that thing, and I just quick 3 shots, and it jammed. And he had just shot it, and he went nice and slow, but me having shot before was like, whatever, bang, 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 bang.
Oof.
Well, bang, bang,
cat milk,
and I just looked at him and I went, it's a piece of shit. And then later on, I found out, the meme behind high points.
Okay, so Cat Milk and D Money and Chad both say no, they're single stack. So does Charles Sexton. That's fucking horrible.
That's even worse.
There's like fucking 10 inches of fucking space around each round.
That is, those magazines are fucking huge.
Right. So, I have to use the restroom. So if you want to hang on to chat,
I'll hang out
yourself. I'll be right back.
I mean, not necessarily mag related. I would say it's poor manufacturing related. But I mean, when you decide that you're going to spend less than $200 for a handgun, you get what you pay for. Like, I'm not going to feel bad for you that you bought a piece of shit. And especially, I mean, you look up any list of guns not to buy, and that will be the top of the list. Followed soon after by the Taurus G2C, which I have also owned. But that was actually more recent, and it's because I wanted to go buy a Jonic TP9 SF Elite, and my wife said, no, that's too expensive. Buy that, it's cheaper. Then I took her to the range. She shot it. It jammed. I had to tear it apart. I had to tear it apart from the back because the spring rod disengaged from the barrel. And then she said, go and buy whatever you want. You owned 2 high points, 1 in 380 and 1 in 45. You make terrible decisions. Not mine. Mine sucked. My G2C was absolutely awful. I had to clean it after shooting 10 rounds to make sure that it wouldn't run into issues. Yeah, like I agree. The polymer frame Tauruses suck. I will go and I will shoot a Taurus revolver any day. They make great revolvers, which sucks because that means Taurus is only good at making guns that are completely outdated. Because nobody's doing cowboy shit anymore. I'm talking shit about Taurus now.
Oh, that's fine. Nobody's doing cowboy shit anymore. And Taurus?
Yeah. Perfect. I mean, polymer Tauruses suck, but they make good revolvers.
All right. Yeah, Tony says he loves his PT-111 G2. I believe you have a Millennium that's a Millennium version as well. I know that Pookie Doodle from the Tundra Nation also has one in purple, which is hilarious.
I am tempted. I'm gonna make an admittance here. I'm thinking about getting a 1911.
A 1911.
Yeah,
Fud.
just to race gun it.
All right, so that was a great episode of Open Mic with Boog Brand. Our guest tonight was Semper the Fud.
Fuck off.
uh,
I want to race gun it and put fucking anime girl hand grips on it. I
what
want
the
to make it a Fud's worst nightmare.
Oh, you waifu.
For the memes. Everything is for the memes.
Oh, yeah, you're definitely from the meme wars. We're all right with that. I actually don't mind the 1911, and I will say that, yeah, Pookie's, Operator Tony says Pookie's is a G2C. Operator Tony's is a Millennium PT111 G2. Yes, I actually fired it. It's not actually a bad gun, the G2C. Unfortunately, I can say I didn't find it to be a bad gun. It actually had a decent setup. The trigger was shit, obviously, but
it's really mushy.
Yeah, but at the same time, it actually wasn't that bad. And we learned on our range day um, that everybody's experience may vary, but the Canic TP9 SF mags fit in the Taurus G2C, and vice versa.
Well, what was it? You like in that new, what's that new, is it Caltech that just put out that gun that cuts the
the P50 or whatever?
Yeah. Oh my, dude, I want one because it is so disgusting.
I can't even, like, I don't even understand the people who get into the P90. Like, that magazine alone, number one, is an engineering marvel. Number two is it's an engineering marvel, and that's the reason I don't want it.
I like, what do you even count that magazine as?
It's
not
a drum. It's a standard.
Chemical.
It's a standard magazine with a rotary positioner.
That is stupid.
It has a rotary positioner built into it, and it is a standard magazine. That's what it really is. Operator Tony says the SIG P320 mags work too, but not the other way.
Well,
why am I not surprised that a Taurus can take multiple mags, but not the other way around? So SIG is picky about what gets put inside of it, but the Taurus will take anything. That just proves to me that the Taurus is the street side hooker of all guns.
Yeah.
It doesn't care what you shove in it, it'll work.
My G2C was a piece of crap. I don't know if I just got the bad one in the batch, but
I'm sure it wasn't the bad one in the batch.
We fired like 10 rounds, and my my rod disengaged from the barrel, so I had to tear the entire handgun apart from the rear with a round in the chamber. So I was fucking terrified the entire time.
Why does it always sound like really like perverted when you're talking about clearing a malfunction?
Tap rack bang.
Yeah, tap rack bang. I had to the rod disengaged from the firearm, so I had to pull it apart from the backside with a low round in the chamber.
Yeah, like oh my god. By the way, I said it to a woman the other day, and I felt bad for saying it, kind of, but I'm an asshole, so I kind of enjoyed it. Who here has ever gotten the "you like guns, you must have a small penis"?
Oh, I think just about everybody here's gotten it.
I have the perfect response if a woman says that to you.
All right.
If they say it, all you have to respond with is, if you didn't have to fist yourself to get off, maybe it wouldn't seem so small.
There you go. So Dr. Cat Monk says, I can actually, you know what? I can actually see that actually offending women nowadays.
Yeah.
Most women, like when I was growing up, like
shaming me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Most of the people when I was growing up would try to come back with a comeback, have a comeback for that. Nowadays it's just, I can't believe you said that.
Yeah. Like, The thing is I don't like that the world can't take what they dish out anymore.
Yeah.
I am a great shit talker, and what makes me a great shit talker is I will talk shit, and then I will take whatever you can throw at me, and I will laugh.
That's fair.
I mean, not to mention, I've got a fuck sense of humor anyway. Say what you want about pedophiles. At least they drive slow. At least they drive slow through school zones.
That's the military, like the whole thing though. Like a lot of people don't realize like the military and people who've been in the military have a completely different type of sense of humor than anybody else. Like the type of shit that you find funny, it's like, oh, you found that funny?
Yeah.
Oh.
Think how many babies take to screw in a light bulb? I don't know, but it's more than 13 because my basement's still dark.
Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, so what do we got going on in chat? So Mario Mechanic Molina jumped in here. He says once you get past the smell, you got it licked. So now we're literally talking about the innuendos at this point in the chat. Guns and cars, so much innuendo, says Dr. Cat Milk. D-Money, Sig P229 357 Sig is my favorite.
I got permabanned off of Facebook for looking for a car part.
Okay, I gotta know. What car part?
I had a 2007 Hyundai fucking what's that? Tiburon, a Hyundai Tiburon GT, 6-speed, and I blew my tranny on it. I blew the transmission. So I went.
You were looking for a Tiburon tranny.
Yeah, and I went, hey everybody, anyone got a line on a tranny? And I got permabanned.
Yeah, so probably. So I got a question for you. What is your favorite? What is your favorite Ninja Turtle?
What's my favorite Ninja Turtle?
Yeah, I gotta know.
Donatello. Hands down.
Why? Why the purple guy?
Well, because purple's my favorite crayon color.
It tastes the best.
And two, he's the only one with any fucking brains.
Yeah, okay, so I disagree. Raphael has the brains.
Yeah, he also has, no range to his weapon use.
You don't need range when you're fucking fighting hand to hand.
Donatello's got what? Need range.
Donatello's got what? 3 feet?
Do you want to know the fucking the counter to any martial arts move in history?
All right.
10 feet to handgun.
10 feet to handgun.
10 feet in a handgun. It is the counter to any martial arts move in history.
I believe Polinar Tactical has proved you need more than 10 feet.
Not with a high point. I mean, you might damage yourself too, but
not with a high point. Not with a high point. All right, so that's like okay. Now we're getting into some fucked up territory here where we're James Reeves sitting at a fucking abandoned gas station talking about ported barrels and self-defense here. What the Yeah, Raph has anger, says Dr. Catmilk. I agree, Raph has anger. It doesn't really matter. It's a joke. It's fun. It actually causes a little bit of controversy sometimes, which is really fucking ridiculous.
But no, my thing is I like Donatello because he's smart, and I have reasons for not liking the other three, and it has nothing to do with their characters. And it's their namesakes. Michelangelo is famous for David's penis and drawing naked people on the top of a church. Okay. Raphael amounted to nothing in his entire life.
Which is why Leonardo
da Vinci should have been a fucking inventor, not a painter.
Some would argue Leonardo da Vinci was an inventor, not a painter. He only got famous for his paintings. So we actually yeah, 100%. He actually has well, I shouldn't say he has. There is a traveling museum dedicated to Da Vinci's inventions. Mm-hmm. And if you haven't been able to find it post-COVID, because you can't fucking do any of this shit, try to find it when it's coming around because it goes to every state every year. Um, it's an amazing thing to look at, to see some of the stuff that literally, came through the brain of Da Vinci. Um, and what's interesting is a lot of people didn't know how inventive he was until the Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah, which I think is ridiculous. I
Like,
mean, I'm a big history guy, so
right. I actually know a lot of people who were like, "Oh, well, did you see the tank that Da Vinci designed in Assassin's Creed? Like, I didn't realize that was real until I Googled it." It's like, yeah,
yeah, that was a
yeah,
thing.
yeah, that was legit.
It was an absolutely terrible design,
100%.
but it for the time period it would have worked.
So, operator Tony in the chat says, at Boog Brand, which turtle ended up with April? Donnie, because he has the big shaft.
Oh my god. Every year on Reddit, I post every year on Valentine's Day, I post the same picture to r/video games, and it is Aerith from Final Fantasy VII, and it says Happy Valentine's Day, ladies. But if you're alone today, just remember, if you pray hard enough, a good man will fall out of the sky. And it's a picture of her right before she gets fucking murdered.
That's perfect. Oh yeah, so Chamber of Defense says Michelangelo was like, "Yeah, I'll paint your ceiling, but I'm gonna paint a bunch of guys with their dicks out." It's a
See, the thing is,
pretty
what I
meta
think is
move.
worse than Michelangelo's obsession with penises is that the Catholic Church, like, a fucking like 2 generations later, decided that showing the male penis was awful, so they went around and demasculated all these pieces of art. Which is why you'll see like the pictures of the statue of David, but it's got a leaf there instead of his fucking dick hanging out.
Yep.
So that's a thing they legitimately did to these statues.
Yeah, no,
And I'm like,
I guess
it's art.
part of the thing too that people fail to realize is like during their time, it wasn't uncommon. Like artistic interpretation and their culture, nudity wasn't a big deal. Like,
Yeah.
and maybe the nudist colonies kind of have it right a little bit in the aspect of like they don't put people on a pedestal because of what they look like on the outside. It is natural. It's given to you by God. It's a beautiful thing. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. But the fact of the matter is that they didn't sexualize it the way we do now. But that comes down to like the porn addiction and all of that shit going on.
American white guy.
Yeah.
That is called censorship, not consorship.
he corrected himself now. Welcome to the chat, AWG. I'm assuming if you're here, your live stream has ended. Congratulations. Welcome back to YouTube. You're off the ban. So he was recently banned from YouTube because of he never really told me, but I'm sure it had to do with
pulling his dick out.
Yeah, I don't know. If I had to guess, it was probably his music video reaction to one of the Proud Boys.
Oh.
So,
shit.
I'll leave it at that. So,
by the way, did you catch me on the Tundra Nation stream last week?
I did not.
If you want a good laugh, go and watch it because I fucking got booted from the channel 3 times. Because I kept pulling out mayo because Tyler hates mayo.
Oh, that's awesome though. Like, what you need to do? Are you on there this week? Because I know he's not watching the stream. I know.
I don't know. I will find out tomorrow.
Yeah. AWG says I reacted to a song called Fafo. Yeah. So, is that what really got you banned from YouTube? AWG. You can DM me that. I don't care. It's fucking hilarious if that's what actually
you reacted to a song about fuck around and find out.
Yep.
That is stupid.
Yep. So
Especially when you have like Tom McDonald and the shit that he sings about. Like,
yeah, but he censors himself. He
yeah, but
censors
I mean,
himself, and he spends a shit ton of money on YouTube getting his shit promoted.
that's true.
So,
That dude is fucking loaded, and I don't know why. I don't know where the fuck it came from.
I actually do know why. As somebody who has followed his music a little bit, he's gotten loaded because he has, number one, independent artists, they don't have to pay anybody other than themselves. So
Yeah.
he's putting out merch, he's putting out albums, he's signing those albums, he's selling CDs. These independent artists are legitimately selling more physical copies and merchandise than most individuals who are out on the scene that are backed by a fucking brand. So it's an amazing thing that it's a grassroots movement essentially. So you figure he's selling 20,000 physical copies of an album, right? So it takes him $3.
In today's day and age, that is unheard of.
Right. It takes him $3 to create each one of these CDs. He's selling them for $20 a piece, and he's selling them for $30 a piece if he signs them. People are asking him to sign them. He's signing, say he signs half of them at $10,000. So at 10,000 albums, and he's selling them for $30 a piece. That's $27 profit, right? So 27 times 10,000 is what? $270,000 on an album. He's putting out an album a year. You want to know why he's making money? He's putting his shit out there. He's fucking doing his thing. He's selling fucking 30,000 albums, which is ridiculous, and he's doing it without a label backing him.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't fucking mock the hustle.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, from what I've seen of him and his production value to his videos from the beginning, the production value has been great.
Right.
How
well,
the
Nova,
fuck?
And I'll say this: 100% of the credit for that goes to Nova Rockefeller, which is his girlfriend. She is the cinematographer on every one of his videos, and she is phenomenal behind the camera. She's an okay artist herself, but she is phenomenal behind the camera.
Well, she can sing.
Yeah. So she is but like I'm saying, she is phenomenal behind the camera, and extremely artistic. So all the credit for all of that goes legitimately to her.
So, by the way, I want to throw the gauntlet down. Since Brandon Herrera cut his hair, I want to say that I have the best hair in the gun community.
I disagree.
I do. My hair's amazing.
I disagree. You want to know why I disagree? Because you
Why?
aren't in the gun community enough yet.
I am
Semper needs his own show.
I've actually been told by people that I don't even know, just because I talk so much shit, that I should start a podcast.
It's not a bad idea. The fact of the matter is I started a podcast simply because I wanted to have conversations with people. And here we are. It's episode, like, I don't know, what are we, 26?
25.
Is it 25? 25.
Yeah, the reason why I know it's 25 is because I specifically knew it was 25, and I wore a Christmas shirt to mark 25.
All right, so it's 25. Back to the chat real quick. Armaments and Axis stopped in, says hello all. Just remember that a lot of that cash goes to his support group. You must be talking about Tom McDonald. Yes, he does have his own support group, which is incredible. That he goes out there and he supports, that he does promote mental health. On top of that, AWG says, I get told that 2 got something in the works for that. Must be talking about the podcast thing. AWG, hit me up. I'll get you. And same to you, Semper. I definitely, anybody who does anything, I'm willing to help out, give a hand, even if it's not being on the show. I've kind of learned a few tricks here and there, and I'm sure Tufu has too. Even though he's in the chat talking about his pubic hair right now to you, Semper.
Wait, Tufu's talking about his pubic hair?
Yeah, he
to
said
me?
something. My pubic hair looks better than that silly shit on your head, Semper.
Tufu, I'm gonna find you, fucking blindfold you with fucking dental floss and beat you with a fucking chancla.
And Armaments and Axes says, I got more hair on my chest and back than he has. Okay, too much information. No hair on top of my head. LOL.
Well, that's the thing. Is like Tyler said to me on the stream last week. He was like, he wanted to roast me for my hair, and I was so tempted to say thank you for being bald because the reflection let me know that I had a hair out of place, and then start fixing my hair. But I didn't do it.
It's okay. We all know he's bald because he can't stay out of the way of the exhaust of an airplane. So
Yeah, that's true.
AWG says he's learned how to use the mute button. You talking about me? I don't have a mute button. Oh, anyway, yeah, I don't really know. Anything else you really want to get into tonight? Otherwise, we've been going at this for hour and 45 minutes or so.
I mean, you want to just say fuck it, push it to 2, and then fucking call it.
Yeah, it's up to you. I'm okay
I just
with
want to.
it.
I want to talk to some of the people in the chat. It's my thing.
Yeah, no. So, anybody in the chat that wants to talk to Semper
Any
wants to talk
question
to you.
at all, I will be completely honest. I'm an open book. You can ask me anything. And before somebody goes, how long's your penis? 3.5 inches
Wow,
around.
wow. No, yeah, it's not 3.5 inches around. Sure.
No, no.
At Brug Brand, all of my hair migrated south like I should have. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where you're at, but everybody, unmute my
See
bad.
if you can see the. Let's see if you can see the snow.
Oh, welcome to the north.
Yeah, I'm in Maine. Like you can't get
You're
more
in
north.
fucking Maine.
Yeah.
Aren't you supposed to be a southern boy?
No, I no. I've just spent so much time in other states that I don't have an accent. I don't have. Yeah.
All right,
Most
fair
people
enough.
would. Most people would never guess where I'm from if I didn't tell them.
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed Maine. So, Armaments and Axes says he's from Ohio. I'm sorry.
Everyone is from Ohio. Ohio is like 8 billion miles wide, and nothing is in that state.
Well, obviously there's a lot of fucking people.
Have I been with a dude sexually? I mean, I've played gay chicken before, and I got bet $500 I wouldn't make out with my best friend.
Did you get the
I mean, does that count?
$500?
Oh, I got the $500.
There you go. So there's that. Like I said earlier, everybody's gay. It's just to what extent are they gay? Yeah, AWG is in Ohio too. I know he's in fucking Cleveland area, which is even worse because it's like the only thing worse than being from Cleveland, Ohio, is being from Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah. No. The fucking So my buddy my best friend from the Marine Corps was supposed to get married and ended up instead getting a divorce, which is weird.
Wait, he was
already
supposed to
married.
get married, and then okay,
He was already married. They were supposed to have a wedding. And we had already requested the leave when we found out that his wife had cheated on him to go up to have his wedding in Michigan from North Carolina. And we're driving. We decided to make the whole trip one night, no sleep. Fuck it, let's do it. And about the time that I reached Circleville, Ohio, I thought I was like so tired that I was hallucinating. No, you fuckers named a city Circleville. How unoriginal do you fucks need to be?
well, maybe they got a lot of crop circles. You never know.
And the thing is like we drove it through it. It's all flat because fucking Ohio can't have a fucking hill to save their goddamn lives. And everything in that city was like the streets were all square. It was a grid city. And I'm like, where the fuck is the circle?
Yeah. So Armaments and Axis says, LOL. Ohio is like 1/5 the size of Texas. We have open carry and CCW, and the county he lives in is a 2A sanctuary county. That is great. That's an incredible place to be at this day and age. So I guess I need to stop talking shit about Ohio, or at least any place but Dayton. So
I will continue to talk shit because I live in Maine, and we passed constitutional carry after was it Parkland?
Right. Okay.
Yeah. 2015, we passed constitutional carry. So the fact that we did it after shit had gone down is amazing.
That's pretty impressive. But you know, you got to protect yourself from all those lobster attacks.
Surprisingly, there are a lot more murders up here than you'd expect.
I actually don't disagree. I wouldn't be surprised by the amount of murders, in any place, especially any really white place where there's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Dr. Catmug says Kentucky is constitutional carry, and we have chicken. Yes, you have chicken. However, how's that chicken farming going under the government mandates? From what I understand, not so well. So, from what I understand, Kentucky killed about 3/4 of the chickens they were raising due to COVID. Just saying,
I thought
you may
animals
have
couldn't get COVID.
constitutional. Yeah, it's not about the animals not getting COVID. It was something about the farming, and it was really fucked up, from what I understand. So, there is that. Also, by the way, if you were convicted of a felony in the state of Kentucky, you are never allowed to vote ever again.
I mean, I agree with that and I disagree with it.
All right. So now here's the thing. I'm a felon.
Well,
Ha! All right.
me-
Did I just
me-
pull the whole like yeah, well, she's dead.
yeah, well, my mom's dead.
Yeah.
No, because I can still defend what I say.
Okay.
Certain felons, I would say go ahead and vote.
I think if you're not in prison, there's no reason you shouldn't be allowed to vote.
No, I think if you're a fucking kitty toucher, you should never be allowed to vote.
I think honestly, as much as I say that they shouldn't have rights, I think they still should have a voice.
Yeah, but I mean,
they
I
should
think
they should
have
never
rights.
actually be out of prison. They should never actually be back on the street. So it should never be an issue. However,
the cure to pedophilia should be, we should just take a few of them, hang them from lampposts, and use their genitals as fucking target practice. That will stop the fucking problem with pedophilia we have in this country.
I don't think it would. I don't think it would. I think 100% of them need to be removed from the streets. Plain and simple. We have to stop fucking giving people this whole free pass. Oh, you have a mental deficiency.
No, you don't. You're fucking disgusting.
Right. You are not. As you even put it earlier, the whole like this whole movement where we have of people who are like, well, I can't control who I love. No, motherfucker, you can control who the fuck you love. You're disgusting. You're a sick bastard. You have a mental fucking health issue, and you need to be checked out. And if you aren't checked out by somebody professionally, you need to be locked the fuck up because you can't control yourself.
Well, that's the thing is we got people out there that are like, I'm a non-offending pedophile.
Right.
And I'm like, then how are you a pedophile?
Right. I'm a non-offending because I've never touched a child. I only think about doing it.
Yeah. Or like, how do you know you're a pedophile? Because my thing is I know I'm straight because I've kissed a dude and I realize I don't like it.
Right.
It's not my cup of tea. It's not my thing. You like doing it? More power to you. I'm not gonna fucking tell you how to live your life. I've seen gay porn. I didn't fucking like it. It's not my thing. So with those two things in mind, how the fuck you know you're a pedophile? You would have had to have done something in the past to realize that you liked the idea of children sexually.
Right. 100%.
And if you've done either of those two things, you deserve to hang.
Yeah.
Because you have either assaulted a minor, you have hurt a child, or you have contributed to the hurting of a fucking child. Yep. I am an asshole, and I do not like pedophiles.
Oh, there's no reason to like pedophiles, to be completely honest. So that doesn't mean you're an asshole. It is legitimately what it is. So people who are willing to injure hurt, maim a child for sexual pleasure
Gratification.
are fucked in the head, 100%. And I can't.
I think the death penalty should automatically be implemented for any crime against a child.
I don't disagree. So I will say that you got a great point there. And unfortunately, um, the people that exist today want to lump them into the LGBTQ community, and I'm gonna say this from my standpoint. I don't care if you're lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, whatever. I don't give a shit. That doesn't affect me. But if you're one of those people who are willing to lump in pedophiles to your group of people who are misunderstood sexually, you have fucking problems that need to be addressed, and you're no better than those individuals.
I have a buddy from the Marine Corps who, when he came out of the closet, he came out because I had like 3 guys when they came out of the closet in the Marine Corps. They came out to me first because they realized I'm an asshole, but I'm not so much of an asshole that I'm going to judge you for who you have sex with.
Right.
Because you're not having sex with me. Why the fuck do I care?
Exactly. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit what you do in your bedroom, in your spare time, so long as it doesn't affect me. Now,
Yeah.
if I'm fucking passed out drunk on your couch and you're trying to shove it in my ass, there's a good chance I'm gonna fucking shiv you.
Yeah, I've gone in wingman for friends at a bar,
Yeah.
like friends at gay bars.
I tell you what, I'm gonna go right out and say this, and you probably know it too, if you've gone wingman for a gay guy at a bar. The best success I ever had cruising for chicks.
Yeah, with a gay dude as a wingman.
It was with a gay dude as a wingman. Like, it's the most hilarious thing ever too, when you get the guy and it's like you're all day drinking near a lake and there's some guy fucking like fishing with his shirt off down the way and he's like calling it out from there. It's like, yeah, you need to go talk to him, and you know, because you came back from there and the guy's just completely hairy and it's gonna like make him throw up, gag in his mouth type shit, and you're like, dude, you need to go down there. Dude, I'll give you $20 if you go down there and hit on that guy. $20, go hit on him. Like, just knowing it, he gets halfway down there. It's the best thing in the world when he gets halfway there. He's like, oh, he's covered in hair.
Well, that's the thing. Is like the friends I went and I wingman for. It became completely known. My friends would point it out when I'm hanging out with them. Hey, he's straight. He'll give you a pass once to hit on him. You can say whatever the fuck you want. He'll tell you, hey man, I'm straight. You do it more than once, he'll probably punch you in the mouth.
Right.
Because I will. The first time, it's a joke. It's funny. You know, you hit on me. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm straight. Like, if you do it again, you're just crossing the line there.
Right. Real quick, Armaments and Axes in the chat says, Boog Brand, bet I can't without being censored. Can I say I can't control who I hate? Was the previous. I'm going back to kind of catch this. Can I say I can't control who I hate at Boog Brand without being censored? Yeah, you can say whatever you want, especially here. YouTube may censor you, but I won't. Is just making a point of the left can say whatever, but we can't. That's true, 100%. The left can say whatever they want. They can hate whoever they want. They can talk shit on whoever they want, but we can't. I just say, you know what? Fuck what anybody says and do it anyways. We have too many people, and this is a major problem with our community as a whole. The right side, the conservative side, the people who call themselves, constitutionalists, this and that. One of our biggest problems is that we concede the high ground. We always give it up in an effort to maintain. I've always touted this program, this episode, these shows that I do as a free speech place, and it will always be that. I don't care if I have 8 subscribers or if I have 8,000 subscribers or 8 million fucking subscribers. This is always going to be a place where you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. And if it gets me banned off of Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or whatever, I don't give a shit. The fact of the matter is that people need to stand up for their rights in this country. We have a right to freedom of speech, and YouTube has a right to censor us because they are a privately held company. And as much as that pisses people off, they are a privately held fucking company. And until something
actually,
goes
they're
into
publicly held. They're on the stock market. They're publicly
all right,
held.
they are publicly held, but unfortunately, those people aren't holding them to the fire either. So they're a private organization. They can set their own rules, and we have to abide by them if we want to be on them. If we don't like them, then we have to create our own platform. And they know as well as we do now, especially more than ever, that it's almost impossible to build your own platform without utilizing services of a company that is not necessarily going to agree with you. When Parler went down, people fail to realize it's like, well, why can't they just get on another server? That there's 3 cloud services organizations in the United States, maybe even globally, that you can get on. The three big ones are Microsoft, Oracle, and AWS. Those cloud services are the only ones that can handle large social media type apparatuses, as far as I know of, in the US, maybe even globally. So you're at the subject of them when it comes to cloud services. Why cloud services? Because nobody has the kind of funds that it takes to set up the servers to do a massive social media site like that. So you lean on these other companies that offer these services. And if you want to do it yourself, that's fine, but you're taking a massive risk when you're going into building it. And it's the same thing with Parler now, where they could build their own servers. They could get on the web. They could do anything they want to. And they probably have enough money to do it. But they've been damaged. And it's the same thing as Boog Brand, with the cancel culture. Once your site is taken off, once you lose a portion of what you once had, it doesn't matter what is going on nationally, globally, anything like that at that time, you've lost a major subset. So the only hopes is that if they ever do build their own platform again, they have the substructure, the programming, and all that stuff, but get on servers, you got to hope that at least 50% of those people come back, that you can build again. And if you can't get them back, then you've spent all of this money developing the server structure that now is useless. It's not making you any money. And the reality is something like YouTube hasn't made money for years. It doesn't make money. Yeah. It's just part of a big enough corporation that they can suck up the loss.
Yeah. Google at this point owns the internet.
Yeah. Google, AWS, and a few other smaller companies literally own everything on the internet. And if that doesn't scare you, it should, because it's disturbing how much and how quickly they can shut us down. Tufu says, what if their ISP shuts them down? What if their domain holders shut them down? What if their income source, their payment services shut them down? There's so much in the plan or in the play than just spinning up a server. Exactly. The disturbing part of it is everybody, regardless, especially on the internet, everything is subject to, other businesses being a part of it. And we can do a lot of research and we can find the places that we can go. But the fact of the matter is they still are subject to pressure. So if you have somebody who's pushing on you, think about it this way. If you're a company and you have a business that makes $30,000, $40,000 for you, let's say it's a $3 million company. That $3 million company is paying $30,000 to you to provide a service. But a company that comes in that's making you $500 million a year comes in and steps on your neck. What are you going to do?
Charles, Trump is not doing so good financially right now.
Yeah. Trump isn't going to be able to start a server. Also,
Trump's getting towards where we're at when it comes to
yeah. Also, the other portion of that is it's so much more than a server, and that's what I'm getting at is we can find a server, we can find a payment processor, we can find an X or a Y or whatever, but all of those pieces have to be put together, right, for us to be able to succeed. On our side, the conservative, the libertarian side, the fact of the matter is that on the left they don't have that. So realistically, the people that we're competing with in particular businesses um, don't have the same disadvantages as we do. So, I, you know, I'm still waiting on my white privilege type of thing. You know, it's all just a fucking joke. Every business is gonna have issues. Every business is gonna have issues that they got to work through. Um, but I just it's so hard when everything is controlled by somebody who's trying to silence you ideologically. And you know, what does that mean for us? That means we have to go back in society. We have to go backwards to go forwards. Um, there was a point where everybody decided to shift left in tech. So there has to be a point that we can go back to where we can build from there. And yes, we're behind. Yes, we're going to stay behind in that. But the fact of the matter is one major PowerPoint that a lot of these people don't understand is that all the money that they have comes from people who are typically on the right.
I think it wasn't so much that the tech industry went left. I think it's the education system went left. I mean, think about it. I've got a friend right now who is a history major in college, and the other day he praised the New Deal, not the Green New Deal, the New Deal back in the Great Depression, and praised it as stopping the Great Depression.
Right.
And I pointed out to him there is no historical consensus on whether it affected it at all, because the United States recovered slower than European countries. What saved us from the Great Depression was World War II. And that was the fact that we were the only country that didn't get bombed the fuck out of, so we could still manufacture shit.
Right.
Like, I think the way that the education system is built is inherently flawed. Uh, I am a I'd say a causal factor when it comes to the public education system. I am the kind of person that is the reason why they keep going that way,
Okay.
because of how I speak and how I act. Um, and people tend to forget that the public education system was never meant to be the default. The public education system was built to be where the non-rich kids could go to learn.
Right.
And then it became the default. Which is why when people talk about like universal healthcare, well, we should have a public option. And I say it won't be a public option, it will be the primary.
Right.
And people go, no, it won't. Yes, it will. It happened already with the education system. We need to step it back governmentally with the education system. Because if we have the government propping everything up and mandating what's taught, then it's going to be more federally or governmentally. Government is good education.
Right.
Which isn't what we want. We want free thinking. But yeah, like I spent a lot of time thinking about that because I have.
Well, it is. It's the truth, though. I mean, public education never was meant to be the full time, but um, we allowed it to be, and what's even worse is we allowed for a general curriculum. So, uh, those of us who grew up in Maine versus those of us who grew up in the Midwest versus those of us who grew up in California generally all need a different type of education to succeed in the businesses that surround us. By going to a common core or going to a curriculum that's determined on a national level, yes, we raised an education level, but what we did is we actually kind of weaned out the education that made America great at one point, in my personal opinion. So um, we took engineers and we put them on the wayside. The engineers weren't needed, and then everybody nowadays is going for this tech education to where they want to be something that they're never really meant to be a full-time position. And it's really weird that everybody is trained to do a specific job, right? So um, if you think about it, when you leave high school, you don't all go for the exact same position. You don't all go for the same job. Or when you leave college, you don't all go for the same thing. Um, but when you leave high school, you're all supposed to technically be trained to the exact same level in the exact same things. So it's the equality of outcome that they're trying to push in government right now. And you see that. Real quick, kind of break from that. Armaments and Axes in the chat says that Brugbrand just wondering how old you and Semper are. He says 54 here, and public education in my day was nothing like it is now. I am 37. Yeah, 37.
Your age?
Yeah, I am 37.
I'm 29.
So
I'm about to turn 30.
So so a little bit younger, and public education where I was now is a little different before, obviously, what it is now. I think probably even as far as what you experienced for public education probably is different versus what I went through. But um, it changes generationally. So part of that goes back to everybody wants their kids to live a better life than they lived, and that's always like the sectional that cuts off. So you think back 30, 40 years, everybody was working in a factory, everybody was doing whatever. So your education level trained you to get into a factory. Your education level trained you to get out and work in that foundry or that weld shop or anything like that. And as time goes on, the next generation comes by and they're like, I don't want my kid to grow up to be just like me, so I want their education to take them to the level just above. Well, nowadays, I'm getting I'm to the point where I'm supposed to be looking for schools for my kid, and I'm like, well, she's 3. Are you serious? Like, she's supposed to be going to 3K? What the fuck are you talking about? You're putting your kid in school at 3? And then there's 4K, and then there's what used to be kindergarten. It's still kindergarten, but now there's 2 whole grades and 2 levels of education prior to them even entering the school system. So
Well,
it's
there's
like,
one
go ahead.
there's one class that I hate has disappeared from the curriculum. And everyone, when I say that, most people go, "Oh, welding or wood shop or whatever." No, home ec.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened to home ec classes?
Yeah.
Why the fuck is there a generation of fucking adults out there right now that are learning how to cook because they started working at McDonald's?
Right.
Why the fuck is the fucking frozen food industry so fucking big now? I love to cook. I fucking absolutely love it. I can cook. I know how to fucking sew my own jeans if I get a fucking hole in them. I can sew my own clothes. And those are skills I learned in home ec.
See, and those
Those
skills,
are life skills.
yeah. I mean, I had the home ec classes when I was growing up too, but a lot of those skills too, I learned at home. Like, my grandmother was huge. She was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. You don't need a woman because you're gonna learn how to fucking sew right now. Here's my quilt. Finish it, bitch.
Yeah. Well, like another thing that pisses me off is I like we can't sit there and have that mentality that it's stuff you learn at home, because we can't the home life.
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing, though, and I'm not even saying that it's a mentality of that. I think that is a something we've lost, if anything. So kids aren't learning as much at home. Like, people are sending them to school. It's like, oh, they'll learn that in school. Well, they're not going to learn it in school. It's something that they should be learning at home. Like, they should be learning things at home that people are not teaching them. Like,
How the fuck do I file taxes?
right.
How
That's
do I apply for a mortgage?
right. These are all different things that, and you want to know what's really interesting? And this is something that I can actually say um, is absolutely disgusting. I, as a sophomore in high school, I failed an advanced placement class that pissed me off to the point where I was like, fuck it, I'm done. And I just stopped giving a shit. So, mind you, as a sophomore in high school, I was taking advanced architectural courses, and yet I failed algebra twice because I was bored with it. I was sick and tired of it. I'm fucking not going to do your stupid homework. Just let me do the tests and be done. But after failing that class twice, they said, okay, fine. You're too stupid to finish that class. We're going to put you in basic math, and what they call basic math, where you learned how to balance a checkbook, and you learned how to take out a loan, and you learned how to fucking be a productive member of fucking society with finance. So you have to fail the mathematics courses in order to get that?
Well, like my thing is I took trigonometry and calculus in high school, and I passed. If I wasn't wanting to be a gun manufacturer, I would have no use for those fucking skills.
Right.
It is because of my life's choices that is actually relevant.
Right. Well, it's the
If I
same thing
wanted
for
to
me though.
be, if
Like,
I wanted to continue where I'm at in life, working for a fucking tech company, I would have no need for that.
right. Yeah. So knowledge, Armaments and Axis says knowledge comes, but wisdom lingers. That's true. So, um, real quick. Dr. Catmilk says my dad taught me how to do what I'm doing now. He taught me how to be a mechanic, also how to make wine, farm, and hunt. That's great. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't have
I want to point out that those last three things are all covered by the ATF.
wine, farm, and hunt. Yeah, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. Right. So it depends on what you're farming, I guess.
Weed. It's legal in most states now.
But it's not legal federally, so therefore, don't.
Fuck the Fed.
Yeah, but the 4473, buddy. I'm just saying. Just got to remember. Answer your questions honestly.
On the 4473, I gotta fucking ask something.
All right.
The non-binary bullshit.
I didn't have to fill that out this last time. I may have filled out an old 4473. Just saying.
I did. But in regards to that fucking form, I am constantly told there's a difference between gender and sex. Then why the fuck is non-binary an option underneath sex? Either the government's retarded or that thought process is.
Well,
Or both.
you got to remember that the government is also the same group of people that said amen and a women.
Oh yeah.
They don't know
I'm pretty sure that was a joke. I hope that was a joke.
I don't think it was a joke. I
stupid.
100% don't think it was a joke. I think they are so conditionally fucking programmed that they, in order for fucking this whole thing to be equal, that they have to say amen and a women. And this was a pastor. This was a pastor leading the prayer ahead of the fucking all this shit.
Yeah.
That is.
Well, what's hilarious about that? You know, there was a group of people this year that were arguing that fucking Santa Claus should be non-binary.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is a real fucking person.
Yep.
Saint Nicholas was an actual guy.
Right. 100%.
He was also, random fact for you, I know this because I'm a good Christian, he was the patron saint of prostitutes.
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm. And the story behind that, before anyone sits there and thinks, patron saint of prostitutes, he was a pimp. No, he actually, the story goes that he heard about a family whose father was going to have to push his daughters into prostitution because he couldn't afford to live. So Santa, being the fucking OGG he is, dropped off 3 bags of gold over 3 nights in that guy's window.
Yeah.
Fucking Santa was a fucking G.
Right. Yeah, Tufu says in the chat, did y'all see the list of gender related words they banned recently? I did.
Simp. Well, simp is banned off of Twitch.
Oh no,
Can't
I
call
think
somebody a simp.
I
Can't
believe
call them a virgin.
I actually think that Tufu's talking specifically about the list
Oh,
of
in
words in
Congress. Yeah,
Congress.
you can't.
Um,
Yeah.
so one thing that people are failing to realize, and like everybody's making a big deal out of this because Nancy Pelosi jumps up on the chat or up on the dais and says, "I'm a mother," blah 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 blah, and mother and father and all those are words that are banned. So these are words that are legitimately banned from their legislative process. So a bill cannot come forward to them with any of these gender related words in it. Armaments and Axis says, "Hey, women, what the fuck?" Yeah.
Wait, if that's the case, can the fucking what is it? The what is it? The protection, the women's protection against abuse law, is that for fucking both genders now?
Yes.
Fucking good.
Yes.
I
However,
hate.
it will not apply to both genders.
Oh no, it will not.
No,
I
it will
hate.
just.
I hate the idea of writing a fucking law that only covers a certain group.
Yep. So what it's gonna be is laws that are already written are kind of like pushed through, and those meanings are now no longer for specific women or for men or for this or for that. But the fact of the matter is if you're a man and identify as a man, it will not apply to you. It will only apply to you if you are a man who identifies as a woman or a woman who identifies as a man or you know, get down the whole fucking thing.
The oppression Olympics.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just the way it is. Charles Sexton says she's just a drunk old hag. I'm guessing you're talking about Nancy Pelosi, because that
With her
who else
$15,000
could you be talking
refrigerator
about?
full of fucking ice cream.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm fucking. I've gone through. This is my 4th job this year. I fucking had to struggle to get fucking food on my table, and this bitch is fucking bragging about her fucking baby ice cream.
Right. Yeah, it's
Oh,
ridiculous.
I got Bluebell in here. Yeah, well, I got fucking ramen. Suck a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, Armaments and Axis says, I'm happy you younger people are seeing this disgrace on our right. Yeah, or rights. Yeah, it's disgusting to us, and the benefit is even though I'm considered a millennial, and Semper, I think you're considered
Yeah, I'm a
what
millennial.
you're a millennial too.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
saying
Gen Y.
they're saying that Gen X is the most conservative, or Gen Z is the most conservative generation in our recent history.
Yep.
Coming up. People see it. The youth do see it, and I think that's what scares a lot of these people more than anything is that going forward, society is not going to be as easy to brainwash because we've seen the brainwashing happen, and there's a window in which these people have to operate to get things done, and that's why they're pushing so hard. Dr. Kentmouth says, you are Gen Y, brother.
I have an issue. I have the same issue with the current, we'll say, socio-political climate that I have with most organized religion. And I say this as a good Baptist. I don't like groups that don't like it when I ask questions. I don't like it when I ask a question and someone tells me to shut up. If your ideals cannot hold up to any amount of scrutiny, your ideals are fucked. And you need to fucking fix yourself.
Right.
Which is, I mean, that goes not only for the left, but also for the right. I hate hearing a response of the when you're asked, why do you need an AR-15? I hate hearing Second Amendment. Because that's not cutting it anymore.
Right.
They're not listening when you say it's my right. They don't care. So stop using that shit. Come up with an actual fucking reason.
Well,
why do I have my AR-15? Well, it's to protect my home.
Right. You know, and
because
the thing is
I
I think people need to stop being so pandering. Like, everybody goes, they go to these generic responses because they're like, I don't want to tell you the truth. Why do I have my AR-15? Because if somebody comes in my fucking house, I'm going to blow the fuck out of them. That's why I have my AR-15.
I see that oral sex is your go-to too if somebody breaks in.
Yeah.
You're gonna blow the fuck out of them?
Yep. I'm assuming you're the same way.
Oh hell yeah! I'll take a dick in the mouth if it means I don't get rubbed.
All right, that went a different direction. So.
Well, you said you're gonna blow the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
You didn't say you're gonna blow them away.
Yeah.
You said you were gonna blow them.
Yeah. Well, the thing is blowing them is a lot cleaner than killing them.
That's fair.
Do you know how hard it is to get blood out of fucking tile floors?
One of us is gonna. I'm just saying, one of us is gonna get a shot in the mouth.
Somebody's getting shot in the mouth. Oh, I opened myself up for that one. I deserved that. And now I'm asking for it. Jesus Christ, what have we come to here? Yeah, Tufu says he's coming to my house for BJ's. Tufu, you don't know where I live because you never came here, even though you were invited. I'm just shaming him, Yeah. Politicians are all elitist, says Armaments and Axes. They don't give a shit about the other, then vote them in and give them power. That is where we are. Another thing that I absolutely fucking hate and want to get off my chest a little bit is everybody needs to stop calling them leaders too. I've heard so many people talk about our leaders over the last week. These people are not our leaders. They are elected officials. Quit giving them power they don't deserve.
They are no better, no worse, no more important, and no less important than I am.
Right, exactly.
When they wake up, they put their fucking pants on one leg at a time, the same as I do. Just most of them have to put theirs on over their fucking reptilian tail. And unlike my wife, Nancy Pelosi has to put her bra on one leg at a time first.
This is true. So Armaments and Axis says, I know nothing about getting blood out of anything. So yeah, that's good. And Mario Mechanic Molina says, I own an AR to protect my family. I don't care about what they take. Just don't fuck with my loved ones. That's why. Yeah, I mean,
like I said earlier, if something goes down, you will find me in a puddle of blood surrounded by brass. Mine or someone else's, I don't care.
Exactly. So, and I hope that Dr. Catmilk retracted that statement and not YouTube. But I will say, here we are. It is now 11 p.m. Central Standard Time, which means we've been doing this for about 2.5 hours.
I think it's about time to call it. I think we had a good one.
Yeah, I think it's been a good episode. I think we've had some good conversation. Now it's time to go spend some time with the wife, and time for all of you degenerates who subject yourself to watching me and a random guest for the week talk. Hey, which, you know what? It's not random.
I'm just saying, if popular demand says that I come back, I wouldn't be mad.
You know what?
I had fun.
It's been good. I would definitely have you back. And like I said earlier, I am not opposed to having anybody on. And this, bringing somebody from the community, I can't take full credit for that. Tufu said that maybe I should do that. It'd be a good thing, especially when this week kind of opened up really quickly, and I was kind of looking for somebody, and I'm like, what am I going to do? Oh my God. Well, Tufu said he wanted to come on, and Tufu's like, I'm not going to commit. I can't do it. I'm too busy. I'm famous now. I've got too much going on. You should do somebody from the community. And I'm like, you know what? Semper said he wants to come on. I brought him on. Here he is. It's been a great show. I think it's been one of our better episodes. Good conversation, good fun. Mario Mechanic Molina says, fuck off, Semper, you fucking weirdo. You saw that. American White Guy says, ask Elon Musk. Are you telling me to ask Elon Musk to come on my show? That's fucking hilarious. Other than the fact that we probably would
tell him you'll pay him in memes. He'll show up.
Oh, dude, I tell you what, if I told him that we would actually have an intelligent conversation, not like the shit that he goes on fucking Joe Rogan and talks about, we could bore you to fuck off for probably 2 or 3 hours. Uh, I am a mechanical engineer after all, so um, yeah, so there's that. Dr. Catmouth giving the claps in the hand. Wow, so harsh, Mario. Yep, yep. You're getting lots of love in the chat. It sounds like Mario says South Carolina in the house, and AWG says yeah, absolutely. So it must want me to try to ask Elon Musk. I'll ask him. I don't give a shit. I'll ask anybody. Worst thing that they can ever say is no. I'm always about having a good time. So you know what, AWG, just for you this week, I'll ask him. So uh, I'll tweet him. I'll fucking IG him. It doesn't matter. I'll do something.
So, before we go, I've got one last story.
All
It's
right,
really quick,
go for it.
just to prove how much of an asshole I am. So, I was in the Marine Corps. I was about to leave Japan.
Wait,
And I
real
got
quick,
put on
real quick. One pause. Dr. Catmilk. No, I've never tried DMT. What's it like?
So I was in Japan. I was about to leave Japan. So I was supposed to be checking out of my duty station, and I got put on a group to clean rifles at the armory, which took up all my checkout time. So I ended up losing like $200 of stuff I couldn't ship back. Well, while I'm cleaning in the armory, because I've cleaned so many weapons at this point, I'm bored. I just kind of zoned out cleaning the upper receiver of an M4, and I had a dude come over to me, and this is directly off your, she's dead comment earlier. He goes, "Are you gonna fucking start? Are you gonna clean something else, or are you just gonna fucking clean that one part of the rifle all day?" So this dude is in boots and utes. He doesn't have fucking rank on, so I have no idea what rank he is. Don't know who the fuck he is. And I literally turn to him, look him dead in the face, and go, did your mother not love you as a child, or was she too busy sucking dick for coke to give a shit? And he goes, "Yeah, well, my mom's dead, asshole." And then I just went, "Well, maybe she didn't have that fucking coke habit." I show no shame.
Perfect. That's all right. What he doesn't tell you there is that he got fucking 6 weeks in the suck because it was this fucking master sergeant.
It was a fucking math sergeant. No, the dude cried.
Oh,
he
fuck.
straight up. Apparently, his mom was actually dead.
Well, you know what? Here's the thing, though. Like, if and I don't feel remorse for that either. And I'm gonna say this as somebody whose mother's actually dead and had it turned on him. If you're going to use it, you better be prepared to fucking use it. Okay? Just saying. If you're willing to pull out the "yeah, my mom's dead," don't say that. Then be prepared to pull that shit out. I believe I've had people talking about fucking my mother, and then I went full on. Yeah, did you enjoy it? Did she give you Pop-Tarts afterwards? How was it? Did it feel like fucking mayonnaise? Because she's been dead for years, asshole.
I did it once, and somebody said my mom's dead, and I was like, "I'll still hit it." Like,
yeah. So Tufu says when you act all hard, you're cute.
I'm not acting hard. This is just who I am as an actual person.
He just likes to think of you being hard. So
yeah, he likes the idea of me hard. I'll send you pictures later, Tufu.
Oh,
God knows I've seen you naked enough times.
Oof. We've all seen him in his boxers, at least.
Oh no! Election night, he joined a Discord that I started specifically for election night, and he stripped naked with my female cousin in the chat.
Way to go, Tufu. Good job.
He was really drunk. But now we've even shot further past where we were trying to sign off. So I think it's time we just don't even say goodbye. We just dry hit that fucking.
Yeah,
button.
we're just gonna dry heave this motherfucker.
We'll sit here and have a conversation. At some point, you'll just be like, "Stop streaming," and you'll let me know 5 minutes later.
Yeah, I know. I definitely won't do that. I'll definitely say goodbye to everybody in the chat just because I appreciate all you fucking degenerates coming and hanging out with us. It's definitely always a good time, and at the end of the day, I appreciate each and every one of you stopping by. As always, be sure to head over to boogbrand.com, get yourself something fucking cool. We are still running 25% off in the store until the 22nd. I believe Semper is frozen up at this point.
Am I?
Yeah, you are frozen up. That's okay. I can still hear you. I think everybody can still hear you, but your camera is fuckered up.
Oh, come on. Why do I have to freeze looking like a fucking idiot?
It is actually the perfect freeze. So there we go. There we go. We got you back.
Okay.
Oh, that was awesome. So, anyways, we got you back up. Tufu, we appreciate you. Thanks for getting fucking naked on a Discord while you were drunk. And now I'll never let you live that down. AWG, Mario Mechanic Molina, Charles Sexton, Dr. Catmilk, Tufu, Armaments and Axes, everybody that's been in the chat. I appreciate each and every one of you stopping by every single week, and hanging out with us. It's always fun. Semper, thanks for stopping in. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll definitely have to do this again sometime. And like I said, once a month we're going to do this legitimately, as kind of like a community thing. So anybody who wants to get in on it, make sure you hit me up. I am already booking up for February, so if you want to get in on it for February, send me the messages. Send me a DM, send me an email, whatever. Armaments and Axes, I actually sent you an email about a February spot if you're interested in it. It's open and available to you. The only week that I currently have booked up, I think it's the 16th. I may be completely wrong on the day, but it's that week-ish right in there. And that's actually going to be 715 Tactical coming on. So next week we have Hypoluxia. The week after that we have Drop It Like It's Scott. So we are going to have good time the next couple weeks. Maybe not as good a time as we had this night. But I would like to say goodnight to everybody. So with that, Semper, we're going to wave off everybody and say goodnight. Hope everybody has a good one and stay safe.
Good night, everybody.
All right, we're off.
Sweet. I think that